A very good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us. This is Breakfast Daily here on Channel One TV. I am Nana Tufo Boateng. It's a new week. It's a brand new start to the week. It's Monday. It is bright. It is sunny. And we're giving thanks to God Almighty for giving us the grace to be counted among the living. If you're up this morning, you have the ability to stretch, to lift up your hands. You should be thanking God, because this is one of the many blessings we tend to overlook. It's very underrated, but trust me, it's not everyone that is able to do it. So we give thanks to God Almighty for His grace and His special mercies in keeping us and, of course, bringing us this far. All right, and now the past weekend was a celebration of mothers. I want to say thank you to all mothers worldwide, all mothers, all individuals who have played motherly roles in the lives of us. I mean, you and I, right? So this morning, we want to say thank you, special thank you to all of them. And we continue to celebrate them. It shouldn't be a one-off event. We shouldn't wait for another year to go around, another 10th May or whichever day it will fall on. But I believe that our mothers did not take care of us once. They did it consistently, continuously. And in fact, some still do. So we should also be able to celebrate them throughout and be consistent with that celebration. So we want to say thank you to all mothers across board, but we want to say congratulations also to all who took part in an episode with Mama. And I want to say congratulations to all the winners. I want to say thank you to everyone that sent in a message concerning the sacrifices that their mothers made and, of course, what they chose to overlook. That's one action that left an impact in their lives. We want to say congratulations to everyone that took part in an episode with Mama promotion. It was a good one. Of course, our winners got to enjoy some wonderful, wonderful packages. And, of course, we want to say thank you also to GTP Lifestyle for, sponsoring an episode with Mama promotion. And I want to say thank you to Tekura for supporting us put together an episode with Mama promotion. It was a good one, and we are eternally grateful to everyone that took part in this particular promotion. And of course, our sponsors, GTP, as well as Tekura. An episode with Mama promotion was brought to you by 97.3 City FM, as well as Channel One Television. Now, talk about Channel One Television, a lot of great stuff happening on TV. We've put together this amazing drama series just for your viewing pleasure. And we ask that you join us every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. for The Blank Scenes. The Blank Scenes is a Channel One TV production, a Channel One TV original, and it's your #1 family drama series on TV now. So you want to join us for The Blank Scenes every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Now we have repeat slots throughout the week. Because we don't want you to miss out on this wonderful drama series. So after we air on Thursdays at 7:30 p.m., we repeat on Fridays at 11:30 a.m. and then on Saturdays at 7 p.m. And then we do Sundays at 4:30 p.m., Tuesdays at 3 p.m. and Wednesdays at 5:30 p.m. So you'd notice that it's only Monday that's left out. But throughout the entire week, you get to catch The Blank Scenes here on Channel One Television. So your first airing is on Thursdays at 7:30 p.m. Then we repeat on Fridays 11:30 a.m., Saturdays 7 p.m., Sundays 4:30 p.m., Tuesdays 3 p.m., Wednesdays 5:30 p.m. So do well to make a date to enjoy The Blank Scenes here on Channel One TV. Now, The Blank Scenes, as I've mentioned, is a Channel One TV original, a Channel One TV production, and it's sponsored by Nasco Electronics, Lizzie Shito, Out Multipurpose Insecticide Spray, and Everpack. So I want to say thank you to Nasco Electronics, thank you to Lizzie Shito, thank you to Out Multipurpose Insecticide Spray, and thank you to Everpack for holding us down and sponsoring the airing of the Blanksons here on Channel One TV. Let's still stay with this channel because it doesn't stop on here. You know, the World Cup is just around the corner. We're building up to the World Cup. And I know later the sports people will come on the show to discuss. And hopefully, no, in fact, let me warn them before they come. If they come and they don't discuss my Arsenal, my super darling Arsenal. 2 games away. No, not 2 games away. 2 wins away. 2 wins away from becoming league champions. And hopefully the boys will do us proud. All right. But let's talk about the World Cup. This is your home for all the stats, all the facts, all the figures, all the teams, all the players, who's wearing what jersey number, what colors are they showing or presenting at the World Cup. We have all the details for you right here on World Cup Central on Channel One TV, Fridays at 3 p.m. And your host is Gabby Ofair. Last week was super amazing. We had, you know, the superstar himself, Ajan Asamoah Gyan in studio together with Inimado, and they joined Gabby Ofair on the show, World Cup Central, and quite an interesting conversation that they had. Super stuff. And this is what we promise you on the show. So do make a date every Friday at 3 p.m. here on Channel One Television. We'll walk you through the various stories, the various journeys of the various teams, of the various players, so that when the World Cup eventually arrives, you don't just get to watch the games, but you actually understand the game. All right? This year, we're playing in Canada, Mexico, and the US of A. And we're bringing you all the behind, you know, when you go to the stock exchange, they'll tell you facts behind the figures. So that's what we are doing. We're bringing you stats behind the games right here on World Cup Central. So join us every Friday at 3 p.m. right here on Channel One TV for World Cup Central with Gabby Ofair. Just be on the lookout. A surprise guest will just pull up on the show and you get to enjoy it. They will tell you their own stories at the various World Cup showings that they've made. And then, of course, the backroom stories, you know, when you're in the dressing room, what they do, what they are told to do, what they say to each other, how they prepare, how they plan for each game. And then you get to live their stories off the pitch while they do it on the pitch. They don the colors, red, gold, green with the black star, and they represent the nation, and they make all of us proud. So tune in every Friday at 3 p.m. right here on Channel One Television for World Cup Central with Gabby Ofair. While at it, go to the Google Play Store, download the Channel One News Online app, and you have access to the news. Your sports stories will be there. Current affairs, business, showbiz, lifestyle, entertainment, politics, culture, you know, everything is there. So Channel One News Online is your go-to app for relevant, factual, accurate, timely news. You want to know who won TGMA Artist of the Year? Go to Channel One News Online app. Download it from the Google Play Store, and you know that the king, Blacko, yeah, Black Sheriff did the magic over the weekend. You understand? All that news is there. So go to Channel One News Online app, which is on the Google Play Store. Download it and install it, and you are in the news as we are right here. All right. That said, the newspapers are here. See the way I'm sifting through them. So let's get into the papers. This one, we're starting off with the Chronicle. Front page of the Chronicle says KON, that's Kojo Opon Nkrumah, Sammy G, that's Sammy Gyamfi, lock horns over BOG report. KON, that's Kojo Opon Nkrumah, and Sammy Gyamfi, lock horns over BOG report. Telcos lose $69.3 million US to fiber cable destruction. Oh, wow. That's a lot of money. Telcos lose $69.3 million to fiber cable destruction. Heath Goldfields pays $22 million severance package to 98% of ex-workers. Heath Goldfields pays $22 million severance package to 98% of ex-workers. The scripture for today is taken from the book of Proverbs chapter 18 verse 2. And listen. A fool takes no pleasure in an understanding, but only in expressing his opinion. The main story on the front page says, Kojo Oppong Nkrumah and Sammy Gyamfi lock horns over BOG reports. And then the scripture from Proverbs 18:2 says, a fool takes no pleasure in understanding, but only in expressing his opinion. You can do your own deductions. But that's the front page of the Chronicle newspaper this morning. Let me take you to the Ghanaian Times. Ghanaian Times has a picture of the President, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, laying blocks for the commencement of the housing project. Now, which project is this? Provision of affordable housing. President Mahama unveils 3 billion cedis housing fund, cut sword for 1,000 unit Green City housing project. Well, this project is in the Ashanti region, Kumasi. So, yeah. Okay. We look forward to it. Provision of affordable housing. President Mahama unveils 3 billion cedis housing fund, cut sword for 1,000 unit Green City housing project. Fitch upgrades Ghana's credit rating to B with positive outlook. Heath Goldfields settles $22 million legacy debt owed ex-FGAR workers. Governor urges stronger Africa-wide collaboration to transform digital financial ecosystem. That's the front page of the Ghanaian Times. Let's do some sports stories on the back page. Kotoko bounce back with win over 11 Wonders. Mediama edge closer to GPL title. Hearts Aduana FC share points in Accra. Okay, so some results from fixtures in the Ghana Premier League over the weekend. Kotoko won against 11 Wonders. Hearts and Aduana shared the spoils. Mediama is edging closer to the Ghana Premier League title, beating Basake Holy Stars 1-0 yesterday. So that's the Ghanaian Times newspaper. The Herald, Larry Dogbe is the Herald newspaper, says PDS names Attorney General and PDS names Attorney General and ECG boss as witnesses to 850 million CD ownership. PDS names Attorney General and ECG boss as witnesses to 850 million CDs ownership. Controversy deepens within Ghana Police Service over promotional exams. 7,000 officers chased 700 slots. Let me just confirm this. Is it 700 or 100? 700. There's some ink on that. So controversy deepens within Ghana Police Service over promotional exams. 7,000 officers chased 700 slots. So people, the police was doing promotional exams. There were 700 slots available. 7,000 officers were chasing this. You know the interesting part? Police exams, they say the exams, the questions leaked. Police exams, they say the questions leaked. Service with integrity, but the questions are leaking everywhere. But of course, the police has issued a statement to clarify, to debunk, and to deny the assertion that the exam papers leaked. So we'll go with the police statement. But it's just interesting that the police will organize examinations for its own people and the questions will leak. All right, let's do some other stories on the front page of the Herald newspaper. Mahama unveils a 3 billion CD housing fund for workers. Engineers and planners seek $740 million from Goldfields in arbitration. Engineers and planners seek $740 million from Goldfields in arbitration. Conscienceless GMA still attacking Akosa Committee for exposing errant doctors. Wow. This is heavy. Conscienceless GMA still attacking Akosa Committee for exposing errant doctors. Wow. So that's on the front page of the Herald newspaper. Let's do Daily Guide. Heath Goldfields. Okay, so it still has that $22 million settlement story. Think tanks commend NPP's policy committees. Women stripped naked in military brutalities. Oh, that's quite unfortunate. RNAQ divorce case. Feeder petition speaker of a spousal rights bill. Police officer interdicted for defiling daughter. Oh my goodness. Let's pass it on. These stories, I don't know. So that's Daily Guide. That's Daily Guide. Let's do the news center. The news center says Korle Bu critical care in crisis. Acute ventilator shortage threatens critical patient survival. Korle Bu critical care in crisis. Acute ventilator shortage threatens critical patient survival. 700 data centers needed for Africa's fintech push. That's according to Angela Mensah-Poku, Chief Enterprise Business Officer of MTN Ghana. Mahama cut sword for, okay, so that's the housing story, the 1,000 unit housing project in Kumasi. Baumia's competitors accept 2028 campaign roles. BOG to introduce separate fintech legal framework for, okay. BOG to introduce separate fintech legal framework. That's according to Dr. Isiama, the governor of the Bank of Ghana. Fitch lifts Ghana to B with positive outlook. So our ratings going up. On the back page, you have Ebenezer Asante calls for ethical mainstreaming in leadership. And then 700 data centers needed. Okay, that's the fintech MTN Ghana story. Also in the news center. All right, let's do Daily Graphic. Daily Graphic newspaper. Xenophobia threatens African trade and unity. That's according to the Foreign Affairs Minister Samuel Okudzeto Blakwa. Xenophobia threatens African trade and unity. And then you have Make Ghana Your Gateway to Africa. Governor tells global investor community. The Mirror celebrates mothers at Labadi Beach Hotel. NAT condemns assault on 3 teachers by soldiers. On the back page, you have some sports stories there. But there's a story on page 42. Page 42 that caught my attention. Page 42 of the Daily Graphic. That's today's edition of the Daily Graphic. So the story says, Eastern House of Chiefs rejects coup in Yilo Krobo. Eastern House of Chiefs rejects coup in Yilo Krobo. And it reads, the Eastern Regional House of Chiefs has rejected a request by the faction within the Yilo Krobo Traditional Council seeking the withdrawal of the recognition of the paramount chief of Yilo Krobo, Oklepeme Noe Anoba Sasreku II. The House also dismissed further demands by the group for the removal of the paramount chief's name from the National Register of Chiefs. The development follows a letter submitted by a faction of the Traditional Council to the Registrar of the Eastern Region House of Chiefs, purportedly informing the House of changes made to the membership and leadership structure in the Council. Now, in a letter signed by Nene Amwate Akpatru Azza VI, leader of the dissenting faction, the group said its decision were validly taken and confirmed by more than 1/2 of the registered membership of the council present, thereby forming a quorum. However, in a response signed by its registrar, Ama Konedu Kusi, the Eastern Regional House of Chiefs rejected the request. We need to thoroughly address the issue regarding succession, chieftaincy, and the disputes that followed thereof. But the Eastern Regional House of Chiefs, we understand, that's why it's a Pali school, you understand. But they've done what they ought to do. Hopefully it doesn't blow back and it ends there. They settle the dust and then life continues to grow in the Yilo Krobo area of the Eastern region. All right, let's get to some other papers. We'll do the custodian now. Upon Nkrumah chairs NPP's policy committee, CDD and Imani laud the initiative. Wenchi Bamboy Solar Wa Big Push project stalls. Upper West Youth demand action. NPP sets up strategic committees for Victory 2028. Weeds take over multi-million 1D, 1F starch factory. And then you have the Heath Goldfields settling former workers story also on the front page of the custodian. The new publisher says big men bribed to start Doomso. Napo sues accusers. Oi. When it is coming, it is doing. Black Sheriff wins Artist of the Year again. Minority intensify fight for cocoa farmers. Upon Nkrumah chairs NPP Policy Committee, NIA shut down fears as workers declare indefinite nationwide strike. So that's the new publisher. Let's go to the Ghanaian publisher. Also has the minority story. So minority moves cocoa fight to central region. Obi Amwa chairs NPP's electoral committee. Upon Nkrumah and Sammy Gyamfi showdown over BOG 2025 losses. RNAQ divorce saga, ex-wife drags judge before CJ. And then you have Weeds taking over 1D1F starch factory. So that's the Ghanaian publisher. Let's go to the Inquisitor. Things fall apart, part 1. An easy calm at GRA as Commissioner General plays Mr. Nice Man. Dignity in hard work. Eduji Tamaklo confirmed as NPA CEO. Gold Board targets $400 million weekly gold purchases under gun wrap. That's according to Sammy Gyamfi. And then you have Julius Debra reaffirms Ghana-China relations as the Inquisitor. Republic Press is next. Baumia closes ranks as NPP prepares for 2028 battle. Okoboy jumps into Wager Hospital controversy, challenges procurement allegations. NIA staff defy authorities, declared nationwide shutdown. Medical Laboratory Workers Union names 3 demands following appointment of acting lab head. Confusion erupts over reopening of Ho Central Mosque. South Africa president faces call to resign after court ruling. So that's the Republic Press. The Informer. Okay, Afenyo Makin accuses Yoko Boss of centralizing power. Fix power crisis, stop propaganda, na put to government. BIA warns against attacks on axle load stations. Cocoa Board announces new funding model. NIA begs workers over strike, pleads for 2 weeks window. Jospong Group and Venke partner for effective waste management. So that's the Informer. Let's do business. BNFT is here. Has the Heath Goldfield story, has the Cocoa Board story. SEC bets on virtual assets to drive next phase of capital market growth. Digital lending expands across Africa. Practice responsible borrowing. That's the MML CEO cautioning there. So that's the BNFT, Business and Financial Times. Let's go online and do a few stories from our web portals. We'll start off with channel1newsonline.com. channel1newsonline.com. Let's see what stories we're leading with this morning. I still don't know what killed Atamels after 14 years. That's Koku Anyidoho speaking there. Over 42,000 teachers in Ghana lack professional qualification. That's according to the NTC. Ballot papers destroyed as Bumpurugu MPP polls turn chaotic. Mothers are backbone of families and economy. Professor Nana Jane Opoku Ajiman, Her Excellency, the Vice President, speaking there. Mahama celebrates mothers, praises Lordina in Mother's Day message. Police inspector interdicted over alleged defilement of 14-year-old daughter. Jesus Christ. NIA staff defy management appeal, confirm May 13 strike. Ghana's fiscal gains at risk if spending rises before 2028. That's according to Professor Buckman. Political analyst cautions NDC against self-sabotage as NPP reorganizes. TGMA 27, see the full list of winners. When you go online, you see it. Toyota Voxy driver jailed 2 months, fined over 3,000 cedis for reckless driving. Mahama says Green City homes will be open to Ghanaians at home and abroad. And then you have Mahama cut sword for Green City housing project in Kumasi. So you get details of these stories and several others on channel1newsonline.com. I'm looking for a particular story. Should be able to find it somewhere here. But while at it, let me bring you citynewsroom.com. Citynewsroom.com. What are we leading with on citynewsroom.com? Government explores egg powder production to tackle glut. T-bill auction oversubscribed by 80% after 2 months of weak demand. New cocoa funding model to reduce reliance on offshore loans. Gets licensed or face sanctions. NTC warns over 42,000 unqualified teachers. Police retrieve 1,400 rounds of ammunition at Bolgatanga. You have BOG's 34.9 billion CD loss cannot be downplayed upon Nkrumah to Sammy Gyamfi. Galamsey fight a national issue, not NPP or NDC politics. That's according to Kuka. Armed men destroy NDC office project in Elembele. Joanna Quay petitions CJ over conduct of judge in RNAQ divorce case. Over 42,000 teachers lack professional qualifications. That's also on citynewsroomonline.com. Like I said, we've had there an episode with Mama Promotion, and it's been amazing. When you go to citynewsroom.com, when you go to Channel 1 newsonline.com, you get details of that promotion. We asked that you send a message to 0539986996, and you did. You told us what Mama chose to forgive. You told us the sacrifices she made, and of course that one action that left an impact on your life. And we pruned the entries. We settled on 10, eventually whittled it down to 3 winners, and they got to enjoy some wonderful packages from our sponsors. That's GTP Lifestyle and Tekura, and we are grateful to them. But thank you to everybody that participated in an episode with Mama Promotion. When you go to citynewsroom.com, you get stories of that promotion on there. Go to channel1newsonline.com and you get details of an episode with Mama Promotion. You get to find out how it all churned out and the beauty in celebrating our mothers. This is Breakfast Daily here on Channel 1 TV. I am Nana Tufo Boateng. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
June to 19 July, everything can wait. The FIFA World Cup 2026. Catch all 104 matches, as little as 58 Ghana cedis, live on SuperSport, only on DSTV.
Daily audio, daily audio, פעם אחת, רק להגיד לך, יהיה בסדר. Chiquito, 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 chiquito.
My guest is coming all the way from Israel. She's a virtuosa violinist. Clearly, she's a brilliant vocalist. She wrote this song herself. She's a composer.
We're going to do shakshuka, which is a very traditional meal in Israel. That this olive oil is from Israel.
Ooh.
It's from the Galilee. It's in the north of Israel, and it's very, very good. Israel is known for olive oil, so I'm going to put some for the cooking. I love shooting videos, by the way, in the desert. I love just showing different sides of Israel with my music. ועוד ריקוד, כל הלילה לפנינו, אור מאיר חזק חזק, כל מה שחשוב זה שנינו. כל רגע מתאהבת, עולה גבוה, חולמת, מתמסרת, לא מתפשרת.
What's Cooking is brought to you by Everpack, Tasty Tom, and Electroland Ghana Limited.
Welcome to The Point of View. This is your favorite current affairs show here on Channel 1 Television. On The Point of View, we pick the right topics, get the right guests, and ask them relevant questions on issues that matter to you.
With the complexities of the issues happening around us on a daily basis, it's the hard-hitting conversations and the probing questions of The Point of View.
So what is the Public Account Committee's job?
So what we do is to scrutinize, clarify, and find out why certain infractions have been made.
What do these IMF programs try to do?
The current program is for budget support.
Okay.
There are no projects attached.
That teases apart the twisted entanglements of politics and governance, as well as religious and social discourse. The Point of View brings you the policymakers and duty bearers and drills down to the very bottom of issues.
What authority do you have?
The Point of View airs every Monday and Wednesday at 9 p.m. only on Channel 1 TV. Rejection can shake your confidence. But what if it's not a denial? What if it's redirection? On Lifeline this week, we're talking about how to handle rejection without losing yourself.
Why is it that when I have rejection, it gets to my heart?
When it interrupts your plan, that's painful. But even more, it challenges your sense of value, your sense of belonging, your identity. You needed to get here, and to get here, maybe you needed to get married. To get married, you need to propose to a lady. And so that's what you went ahead to do. And you were rejected at that point. That rejection is not saying that you're not meant to be married necessarily.
Right.
It is saying this is not, it could be saying this is not the door for you.
Join Bishop Fred Crunchy-Mensah and his guest Eunice Osei-Tutu this Tuesday at 10 p.m. only on Channel 1 TV.
Hello, and thank you so much for choosing us. This is Breakfast Daily on Channel 1 TV. It's time for the news review segment. I am Nana Tufo-Boateng. The show is interactive, and we encourage you to join us with your thoughts, your comments, and contributions. You can make submissions to the various topics that we will be discussing this morning. The WhatsApp number is on your screens. Send us a text. We'll do our best to read it live on the show. Alternatively, join our feed, which is live on Facebook and on YouTube. That's Channel 1 TV, and drop a comment there. We'll do our best to read it as well. We have some interesting posts on social media. Go to X, formerly Twitter, and Instagram. Engage those posts. And then, of course, subscribe, follow, like, and share. Join us on TikTok, where we have some exclusive video content for you as well. This morning, we have a number of topics to unpack. We're going to go straight into it. But first, let me introduce my guest in studio. Elvis Darko is here. He is the editor of the News Center newspaper, as well as the web portal newscenter.com. Ibrahim Ejay is also here. He is the resident country director, International Investments LLC. Ibrahim.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good to have you.
Thank you.
Gentlemen, welcome. Let's get straight into it. First on the table is the issue of the unfortunate, and our condolences to the family once again, the unfortunate passing of Charles Amisa, who suffered the demon of a no-bed syndrome, very unwarranted, very unnecessary. The committee that was set up to probe and investigate circumstances leading to his death concluded their work, submitted their report to the minister, cited medical negligence in its report, named some individuals in there, but it looks like the associations within the health sector are not too happy with the naming of these medical officers or professionals in the committee's report. They say that doctors named in the report are facing threats and harassment. And this is from the Ghana Medical Association. We've heard the Registered Nurses and Midwives Association also raise issue with the naming of these individuals or professionals. I'll start off with you. My biggest challenge with all of this is that a life has been lost. A human being has suffered a death which could have otherwise been prevented. But the communication now, or if like the discussion now within the media especially, is about who was named and why they have been named, why who should be protected. I don't get it. I am truly worried that we are not looking for ways to address the systemic weaknesses and the long-standing gaps within our emergency healthcare provision, but we are looking at why should somebody be named and whether the committee itself even overstepped its mandate. Elvis, quick thoughts from you.
Thank you for the opportunity. The truth of the matter is that, you see, I'm happy you mentioned that there are systemic problems.
Indeed. Indeed.
See, nobody should die as a result of medical negligence.
True.
Because that is why the hospitals are there. They are there to be able to help us when we need help. So when we rush to the hospitals for help, our expectation is that we'll get assistance. So if you look at what happened to the gentleman, it's unacceptable that he was treated that way from police hospital, 37 to Kolebu, and ended up dying. It's unfortunate. And we say we have done investigations. Yes, it's good. We look into it. But the question is, this is just preliminary findings of the investigation.
True.
They are now going to face the Medical and Dental Council, where they will be given the opportunity to be able to speak why what happened and why something did not happen. I believe that naming them at this stage was premature.
Really?
Since they will have the opportunity to go and meet the Medical and Dental Council. If they go and meet the Medical and Dental Council, and at the end of the day, the Medical and Dental Council believes that they've done something wrong and sanctions are to be meted out, then those who are to be sanctioned, if you release their names at that point, I think it's fair. But for me, at the time when they are here to meet the Medical Council and make their case why they made that decision, and you are naming them, I think that is where I would think that they could have waited a bit. Look, Nana, truth of the matter is that we are just trying to scapegoat people to cover up the problems in the system. And scapegoating 3 or 4 people will never solve the problem.
7 names were mentioned.
Will never solve the problem. Because what has happened there, to me, I was even surprised when people were complaining. Because I have taken people to hospitals and I was told that we can't handle this case, take it to here. It has happened to me before. So me, it is not surprising that they'll take a person to the hospital and say, no, this case, take it to here. But people are shouting as if this is the first time it has happened. That means that people don't even know what happens in our medical system.
Right.
We have systemic failures and problems in the system, and the people who are to fix it are driving V8 around doing nothing about the situation. And then they leave these professionals to struggle for themselves. And then when something happens, then everybody is rather attacking the professionals instead of attacking the people who are not fixing the system that should be fixed.
Who are these people who should fix the system?
Who are they? Is that the Ministry of Health? It's not their duty. Ghana is not their duty. That's why I follow up to do this story. If you have at Kolebu a medical accident emergency unit of 50 beds, and in that place you have only 3 ventilators working as we speak, is that the way a medical and accident and emergency center should operate? 50 beds facility and only 3 ventilators are working. So if somebody is brought in, if there are more than 3 people who need a ventilator, then the rest have to be left to die. That is the situation. And nobody is talking about how to fix that.
So we're not dealing with the realities of the systemic
They have a
challenges.
surgical ward that has 7 beds. Surgical ward, surgical ICU. Everybody in ICU must be on ventilator. 7 beds at that place, only 4 ventilators. So it means the 3 beds are there. There's no ventilator. When you bring anybody, nothing can be done. Nobody is talking about that. You go to the medical ICU, there are 5 beds. Only 3 have ventilators. And then the people are going through all kinds of this kind of trying to help. It's not a justification for that, but I'm saying that if we scapegoat people and we don't fix the problem, we have done nothing. The report that they have done itself, I think that it's not complete. Nobody is asking why the ambulance picked the person from Circle. But the first point of call is police hospital. Between Circle and Kolebu, and between Circle and police, which one should have been the first call, point of call? Is Kolebu not closer to Circle than police
Proximity.
hospital? Why did the ambulance go to police hospital? I didn't find anything in the report to say that. The reason is simple. In the ambulance system that we run, there is not a central command point where the ambulance drivers and paramedics will call and report the situation of a patient for them to be advised as to the best place to send it. So if you are being referred from a hospital to a hospital, yes, they will call where they are referring you to and let them know that this is the situation. But when in an emergency situation like this one, or you are told you have an emergency and ambulance comes to pick you, the paramedic and the driver are stranded. They now have to decide which hospital to take you because they have no central point to call to describe your situation and say we have a patient in this situation. Where is the best place to take it? There's nothing like that in the ambulance system.
No centralized command system.
No centralized command center. So the driver and the paramedic now decide where they want to take you, or where the family decides that take the patient to this place. That is the situation. Why is that nobody is talking about that? That is why the driver took the person from Circle and decided to go to police hospital. When Kolebu is next. And the ambulance people are so frustrated that anytime they call these hospitals that we are bringing somebody, say there's no bed. So now they don't call anymore. They drive there and say we have this emergency. Because even if they call, they will be told that there's no bed. Find a different place. Why is the paramedic going to send the person? And instead of somebody, the report talking about the fact that we may need a central control point that where every emergency will be reported, the person's situation is described. That this is the situation the patient is in. So that the experts there will listen and say, if this is the situation, take the person to test 7. And before you get to test 7, somebody has made a call from the center that they are bringing this patient to this hospital with these conditions, so prepare and receive the patient. Nobody is talking about that. We are only interested in scapegoating some people. And then the main problem
to be fair, the minister mentioned the introduction or institution of this central command system.
Since when?
He mentioned it when the report was.
Is this the first time this thing has happened in Ghana? So you see, I see the entire report as just an attempt to scapegoat some people to create the impression that something has been done about it. But I can tell you, maybe this morning as we're speaking, somebody is also facing the same situation in a rural area.
True.
And I asked, if this gentleman was knocked down in my village, which hospital would he be taken to? Because if you go to the district hospital, they can even tell that they can't handle. Take it all the way to Ho.
Very well.
And we are not looking at the main deficiencies in the system and then calling out the policy makers and people responsible that you cannot put professionals in this difficult situation and expect them to deliver. I 3 years ago, I had the let me say opportunity or the unfortunate situation of carrying an accident victim on the Mahama Road. Okay, early morning, I was going to my friend at the Airport Hills, and I happened to chance on this accident. The guy is alone in the car. I passed by. There was only one gentleman. A bicycle was trying to help somebody, and he was able to pull the body and put it on the street. And I stopped there. So I went to ask, what is the situation? So he's also passing by with a bicycle and saw that this guy had an accident. Every car that is by, everybody was passing by, nobody was minding the patient. So he decided to park his bicycle and help. The guy was unconscious. So I said, okay, I'm not going anymore. Let's take this guy to 37 Hospital. When we got to 37 Hospital, they told me, do you know the person? I said, no, I just met an accident scene and I'm bringing the person. They told me that, am I going to be responsible for the patient? I said, but the person, I don't know the person. How am I going to be responsible? They said, if I'm not going to be responsible, they will not charge the patient because they will require money to buy things to be able to attend to the patient. There is nobody.
And this person was still lying there,
the person was unconscious. So I have to accept that I will take responsibility before they even attended to the person. They have to pay all the money that are needed for whatever they say they need to be able to attend to the person. After that, I have to go and look for police and go to the crime scene again. They went to search the guy's car. They found 2 mobile phones. Luckily, one is not locked. So that the policewoman, we went through the phone trying to call the numbers. Who knows this guy? We've been calling like almost an hour before we got one person. And the person said it's in Sunyani, but the guy is their relative. But the guy is in Accra here alone. So they are now going to delegate somebody from Sunyani on the way to 37. Okay?
Jesus Christ.
So if I had not taken the responsibility that I will pay the bills, nobody was going to attend to somebody who is unconscious.
So what, they would have let you take him away?
Of course, they said they will not do anything if I don't sign that I'm the one responsible for the patient. This is an accident victim. Every car was passing by. And now I understood why the cars were not stopping. Because maybe they had a similar experience before, and they realized that if they should take this guy to the hospital, they will be asked to not go to whatever they are going to do, spend their time in the hospital and be responsible for the gentleman because the doctors will not mind. This happened at 37 emergency, not to anybody. To me, 3 years ago, 1st January, was when I experienced this. Who is talking about this? Who is talking about this thing? The policy makers who are sitting there and they want to scapegoat people. The question is, this thing happened at Kolebu. Does Kolebu has a proper, effective monitoring system? If they have, there will be no need for any investigation. Because when they are contacted, they should be able to provide a report that shows that A, B, C, D is the reason why maybe the patient was asked to go. So if people are being paid big money, are driving V8, enjoying themselves, And then they will not fix the problem. And Kolebu with 50 beds, capacity, accident immediate, will, as of today, have only three ventilators. If somebody is taken there and then there's no ventilator, and the people determine that this person will need a ventilator before he can survive, how do you expect those people to do at that point?
Very well.
So I am not saying that if the people named have done something wrong, they should not be dealt with. But I'm saying that it goes beyond these three people. There's a bigger systemic problem that if we don't force and face it, okay, we cannot.
We'll come back to this same issue
Look,
again.
ambulance system. This one is an emergency they carry him. Have your relation and call an ambulance to come and pick it. If you don't pay for the fuel, they are not taking the patient.
Very well. Okay.
You have to pay for the fuel.
I'll come back to you. Let me say good morning and welcome to Richard Manuribe. He's a member of the government's communication team. Richard, good morning. It's good to see you again.
Good to see you, Nana. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you. I
well.
trust you're well too.
I'm doing good.
Very well. Before I pick your thoughts, let me hear from Ibrahim on this matter. Indeed, if people were negligent in the discharge of their professional duty, they should be held accountable. However, that should not, if you like, overshadow the main issue of the systemic challenges. Should it?
Yeah. Good morning once again, Nana. I fully agree with the statement that you just made. Health workers, by and large, I'm talking about nurses and doctors, surgeons, they would say have a calling to do what they do. And they work very, very well across board. Definitely, you have individuals who will disappoint their colleagues in the system. So I want to frame my response by first and foremost acknowledging the very hard work that our nurses and doctors do nationwide.
True.
The examples that I mentioned are there. They're in every single institution. I'm talking the bad nuts in the system. So I am totally against the naming and shaming at this stage of those doctors and nurses whose names have been put out in the public without the full facts becoming known. Because when they say that they cannot treat the person, an emergency patient nonetheless, they are, per what we understand, standing on certain facts and evidences. They're not saying you can't come in because I don't want you to come in. Elvis has just highlighted some cases. If you only have 3 ventilators and you have 50 patients and another person comes in, what are you coming to do?
Yeah.
So let's understand the ecosystem in which, or the environment in which our doctors and nurses are working on, for them to say to a patient that we cannot take them because of the no-bed syndrome. It is indeed systematic, but I'm going to pivot into how all our hospital services are connected. Before I do that, what we're learning online is that these doctors and nurses are receiving threats online when they didn't cause it specifically, unless and until the report can show. And in terms of most E&A, emergency and accident areas, there are CCTV cameras there. So they can rely upon the audiovisual evidence to say, when the ambulance arrived, this is how we interacted.
Right.
Having said that, I think we have to console with the family of Charles Amisa.
Indeed.
It's a life needlessly lost, you know, and we can only commiserate with them and pray that, not that this example, because there are many that are not reported, can maybe trigger and provoke a systematic overhaul of the system. Because why I wanted to mention that, the threats to the doctors and nurses, we shouldn't allow it.
Yeah.
What other institution will we expose people even before the evidence is known? And like I said, Nana, until and unless the whole report shows a willful neglect, up until then, you shouldn't. Let there be internal disciplinary measures. Because otherwise, you will put every single medical officer on notice. They'll even fear to approach their workspace, should there be this example. But now what I wanted to pivot was to say that all our 287 health facilities nationwide are interconnected. And when government policy, either through neglect or by design, weakens other areas of our healthcare system, they affect the tertiary institutions. I'm talking the Kolebu, the Ridge Hospital, and the Police Hospital. What I'm going to say now is not connected to Charles Amisa's death, but I want our policymakers and government to listen to what I'm about to say.
Right.
Every facet, every aspect of our healthcare system needs to be properly resourced. In November 2025, this government decommissioned 3 service centers of the Zipline, the drone service, citing it will cost too much. How much is Charles Amisa's life worth? I'm not linking the two, but I want to draw the conversation further.
Right.
I think it will help all of us to better guide government to do the better thing. In the 8 years under which Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia introduced the Zipline service, we had over 800,000 flights. Over 2.5 million vaccines were delivered. Now you're having blood was delivered, snake venom, and maternal care. I can't go through the whole list. But look at the figures, 800,000 flights, 2.5 million vaccines. That means 2.5 million Ghanaians were receiving medical solutions.
Right.
So what does that do? At the rural areas, it means that the normal case whereby a patient in need would travel to Accra or Kumasi, but let's say stick with Accra. That influx, that congestion is now dealt with. So now you're serving the nation in the hinterlands. November it was cancelled. Again, I'm not linking, and this is not the basis of it, but I want us to understand that when you somehow dismantle, depreciate, or weaken the health service in other areas, it will have an effect in the central areas or the tertiary institutions such as Accra, Kumasi, and what have you. So if indeed there's no bed syndrome, when Charles Amisa arrived, firstly, as I understand, Police Hospital, then Ridge, then Kolebu, they said there's no bed. If there's no bed, that means that there are people already occupying the space.
Right.
Are we to say that there's nobody from the rural areas, given that government has decommissioned the Zipline service? And again, I want to remind you, Nana, of the figures. 800,000 flights.
Yeah.
That's 800,000 Ghanaians. We're talking about one Ghanaian here. 2.5 million vaccines. And then blood, I don't have the figures for the blood that was delivered. It shows you that the health service is connected and layered. If you weaken one area, Ghanaian patients will migrate to the cities and then create what? Congestion and a no-bed syndrome. And I wanted to make that point so that, again, we can, in our conversation, help guide government, criticize where necessary, and of course, commend where we have to. I understand that June 1st, what you were saying to Elvis earlier, is that they're doing what they're, starting from June 1st, they're having what they call if I get it here, a National Bed Command and Emergency Coordination Center, starting from June 1st. And what I like is that the policy now is this: no refusal.
True.
You must treat, or the idea is to stabilize the patient, even if you have to do it on the hospital floor of the ICU. And I think that...
So you see, this is what gives, if you like, some impetus to those who are in for the naming of the professionals. Because the no refusal is not new. You remember in Siasari?
Yes.
Yes. When it happened somewhere, I think it was 2018, he passed that, he issued that directive. No refusal. But then fast forward, we've seen it again.
Yeah, well, what we're reading now from government is that it's now legally. You can have something that is protocol. Now, something that is legal, it gives you a more robust, there's no room, wiggle room. You can't then use your discretion. Again, if I'm reading from the reports that we're getting online, that it is now legal, where indeed the Ministry of Health has actually put this within any scope of Parliament, whereby it's passed the law, the bill has been assented to, or it's been captured as, if you do contrary to the law, you, the medical person, can be sanctioned accordingly by a court of competent jurisdiction.
But have you provided the environment, the system, for the implementation of this framework?
No, they haven't.
Exactly.
They haven't. But what we have to understand is this. You have to at least start from somewhere. You know, and that's why I linked you back to what the NPP did with the drone service. In fact, expanding the healthcare system. The first thing NDC will say, oh, what about the Agenda 111? Not all are completed, but that initiative by the NPP government to actually address nationwide and not everything have a bottleneck as if only Ghanaians in Accra and Kumasi deserve to live. Because that is what's been happening in terms of health policy. It's Accra, Cape Coast, Takrady, Kumasi, generally. Of course, you have Tamale Teaching Hospital as well. But look how many districts we have in Ghana. And so the Agenda 111 policy was to cure that policy gap and that resource failure within our medical health center.
Very well.
You know, and that's I think one of the strongest indicators for Ghanaians that you have a government that cares about you wholly, fiscally, and financially, as well as your health. And that's what the NPP government did. You know, you have some, let me say when I say some, those from the other side who want to somehow ridicule it. If there's an issue, seek ways in terms of your submission to maybe make it better. But the NDC have ridiculed it to the point that, I mean, I know we're going to get into the Weja one as well. A hospital, children's hospital, is about to be commissioned. Again, they're playing politics with it. But again, I don't want to pivot into that area.
Let's not.
My submission is framed in this way. Charles Amisa's death is unfortunate, and we regret that the system failed him. Now, when you have interventions to make the system better, and I'm just using the zipline drone as one.
Right.
3 centers have now been decommissioned.
Right.
Can you imagine how many lives have been lost? And I'm not repeating for repeating's sake. If 2.5 million vaccines have been delivered and now 3 centers have been decommissioned, they say because of price. They say I'm taking NDC. They said the pricing is too high. How much is a Ghanaian life?
How much does
and
a
I'll
life
land
cost?
on this point, Nana.
Please do.
I'll land on this point. We are talking about Charles Amisa right now, as if that is the only death that has occurred. Until, and I'm sure the evidence is there, all the other hospitals and healthcare centers nationwide, especially the rural areas, who are saying that after the decommissioning of the zipline service, X number of people have died. What would the government, NDC government, say to those families? Here we can commend and say, good, we like the fact that the no-bed command center is being introduced. Previously, hospitals are blind to each other's status. Now that you have an electronic dashboard, Kolebu can see in real time the bed status of 37,
police
Bridge
hospital,
police hospital, and so on and so forth. That is now coming on stream. We applaud that.
Right.
And I think it's good to give credit where it's due. But having said that, how many lives have been lost just because it does not come on the news? That in Soka Kope, or Goshegu, or Tripoli, or Tamale, or Asawase, people have died because this NDC government has cut off a lifeline of delivering vaccines, blood, maternal care, venom to Ghanaians. How many Ghanaians have died? When those figures come out, that's when the NDC can tell us whether or not their lives cost too much and so they should die.
All right, Wayne, thank you. Let me hear from Richard. The argument is in two folds. The systemic failure itself and the alleged medical negligence. How do we deal with this to make sure that no life is needlessly lost?
Let me say good morning to you,
Good
and
morning.
good morning to Eris and Ibrahim, and good morning to the good people of Nkwanta South constituency and Oti region. Let me say good morning to His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama and government appointees. We all agree, even if you read Professor Akose's report, it clearly spelled out, nobody would disagree the systemic failure of our health system.
Indeed.
No, nobody. If you are a Ghanaian and you know the health system in this country, you will get or appreciate that we need a critical improvement in our health sector. We agree. But what we are talking about now is a death of a particular person which triggered an investigation and there's finding. It also gives us an opportunity to identify our flaws and make progress. And I think that's exactly what we are doing. I also agree some part of the report that, and I don't know why, that naming particular health practitioners in the death of an individual, you shouldn't expect anything more than threat. Because a life has been lost. That life has relatives. That life has friends. And those friends also have friends. That life automatically have co-workers, which is also bound down to productivity of their institution. It's a moral ground per anger that these are the things we will expect. That individuals will go after people that were named. And that if you even look at the history of Charles Emisa, he is also from a medical home. And that medical home, those colleagues might not be the colleagues of the family. And the family of Charles Emisa, who was then a patient, is also a colleague at the hospital.
Right.
So that chain should be expected that those threats will happen. But the question is that, is this security right? Someone will say no. But are you also saying that, per the caliber of Professor Akosa, that if these people are known, other health practitioners will also learn from this and it will serve as deterrent for tomorrow? It's also yes. Because if you send a patient and there's a report that has been initiated and then the names are withheld and everybody goes freely in the works in the facility, anybody can also play negligence. It can happen that somebody can say, after all, at the end of the day, if the report comes, my name will not come up. But names are out, and they have been referred to the Ghana Dental and Medical Association to take a disciplinary action against them. I don't know how their ethics will have to go, because I know that maybe family and relatives also want to pursue legal actions, because these are quite a criminal issue and non-ethical. So you should expect this things. We must weigh the two and know the level at which everybody will pick it as an angle. But I read the report of the Ghana Medical Association. That is so worrying. I agree with them that it is so worrying. It is also worried that patients are also getting their life lost. I've said it here last week that part of my life has worked in the health sector. But I've been in the theater for years and I saw how patients go through and what happens. People might disagree with the report. As my brother Elvis said, that the report is not completed. The report is, these are investigations that have been conducted, thoroughly conducted, and the report has put in public. Those names that were named has not refused any day, anywhere that what the investigation was done and they were called to answer has denied anything. So we shouldn't just sit here and disregard the report as not being credible. That would be very dangerous going forward of getting findings of how to improve our health sector.
But the
we
committee
agree.
go beyond its mandate.
How did the committee has
That's
done
one
the
of the
investigation?
arguments of the GMA.
It has been
It's
into
a
the
fact-finding committee.
And then after the fact-finding and doing, and I'm sure and I know that all these medical officers that were called, were named, were called to answer questions, and they did. And this is the report that has been put in place, and it's for the public consumption. This report has been referred to Dental and Medical Council for it to take its own decision. So as the minister, if you listen to the minister, has also written through the chief director to the facilities that action should be taken. It doesn't really mean that direct action has been taken against the people, but these are the facts that's available.
Right, so then that's where the danger is in putting their names out.
That is what we are all talking about now. But the fact of the matter is that I'm also saying that wouldn't it be so nice that as their names are out there, other health practitioners will also not do that again? I agree with.
But won't it demoralize other health professionals from doing their work?
In fact, this Professor Akosa is a very experienced person.
Indeed.
These are into the remits and within the jurisdiction of the ethical norms of the investigation.
But the GMA argues that concluding that there was medical negligence falls within the remit of a quasi-judicial committee, not a fact-finding committee.
Of course, that is why it has been referred to Medical and Dental Council. So it will definitely move ahead to the judicial or maybe a security implementation or a prosecution process for the judicial to determine. That is when the punishment is going to come up. As we are talking to, I'm talking to you now. The committee has not enacted or recommended any punishment.
It's only referred.
It's only referred that the
regulators.
And they are saying disciplinary actions to be taken. So it is left with the remits of the professionals to either proceed to court, interdict, sack, or whatever it is, or reinstate them. So the committee have not done anything for you to just run their reputation down. We agree that lives are lost. You also have to agree that patients have been dying in this way, as you rightly said. I've seen cases where negligently patients lost their life. But let me be honest with you. There are some patients, when they come to the OPD first, the way and manner a nurse would talk to the patient alone will give you 70% healing. But in some cases, the way and manner the nurse will respond to the patient will even raise your BP from 120 to 200. So professionalism must be something we should be advocating for now. And that is what the committee recommended for. And we must all sit down, applaud the committee and advocate it, campaign it around, let the public know, let the nurses know that now the eye is on the ball because it's about health. These are the things we should be looking at now. Lives are lost, I agree, but we are fortunate that in Charles Emise's time, there'll be a report that has come out that we are looking at the outcome of it. There's no way when it comes to journalism and somebody break Nana's, let me just say your recorder or whatever, we other journalists will be against it. Ethically, we all feel hurt. But hey, the feelings a patient's relative will have when his ward or a patient expired is different from the feeling the nurses will get in the ward. We must all look at it. Now, my brother Ibrahim bring politics into this.
Where is the politics?
We agree that policymakers must take a critical look at our health sector. In fact, in all sectors of our economy, we must take a critical look at it.
True.
We also agree that people, my brother Elvis claimed they drive the V8 are the policymakers, and they are enjoying. But there's no way you are telling me whoever drives a V8 a private jet doesn't go to hospital. There's no way you will tell me that the hospital is identified for non-politicians or non-policy makers.
But in certain circumstances, we both know they can make calls and get special treatment. They can even fly out of the country to seek treatment.
That's the opportunity somebody will have. And one may not have that opportunity.
And because they have that opportunity, they are not guided to fix the ones here.
So that's what I'm saying. If government comes to power and say that I am not going to take care of the health sector, it will not take care 24 hours. This is a strong national security. Our life will be collapsed. Every government has been playing a role in improving our health sector. It's not enough. That is why we must look at how critically we can look at it and make progress of it. And that is what we are doing today. We are stakeholders of bringing out hearing our voice for implementation to be done.
True.
He talks about the NDC cutting off the drones and whatever it is. But I can tell my brother Ibrahim that he was fortunate in 8 years to be a deputy secretary to the president. In fact, in cabinet. He was deputy secretary to the president. Assistant secretary. At the presidency, you were very close to the corridor of power. In fact, you were a major person taking one of the policies you take in this country. And you saw what you did in this country. We live in this country.
What did you do?
You said Agenda 111 because of the global pandemic. In fact, it was nothing that was planned, not part of your manifesto. But because when there was an outbreak in the health sector, the president thought it wise that why don't we build hospitals across the country so that the no-bed syndrome and all these things will stop.
True.
Bring that here. All of us applaud the president. What happened? The president came out to tell us he was overly ambitious. So he couldn't complete a single hospital. But by the virtue of politics, we saw you, including you, commissioning Agenda 1 hospitals.
Which were not completed.
And you were telling Ghanaians to go there and seek medical care. That was so dangerous misinformation to the people of this country. And very unfair. What did President John Mahama do? When we came under the big push, we have added it to our budget that we are going to complete all those health facilities and make Ghanaians walk in there and get health facility.
Have you started work on them?
We've started some of the hospitals. Hold on. We came to meet a very deteriorated health sector. We agree. Government of Ghana has been able to procure 24,534 pieces of health equipment, totaling 500 million, starting the free primary health care. To make sure we spoke about health preventive in this country here.
Yeah.
And we spoke about how monitoring health so that there will not be burden in the hospital. People, because of vitals, because of some minor sicknesses, also choke up the hospitals. And this is also what is leading.
Right.
But President Mahama and the NDC thought it wise that why don't we start free primary health care? That's one, you just need your national identification and seek health care. We also thought it was
at the district level, so that you don't have to come to the capital to choke up the
we
teaching
also
facilities.
uncapped the National Health Insurance Policy Fund so that we improve the drug list. There were so drugs that when you get to the hospital, you won't get access to those drugs. In fact, under Kufuor was working in the hospital, it was only antibiotic. The drug list was almost 15. President Mahama, President Mills came to improve it to almost 200. President Mahama came to add a major surgeries to it. Those days, when you have issues like hernia, you have lipoma, you have typhoid perforation, and other major surgical emergency surgeries, you must pay before you get access. But President Mahama has made it accessible. The new Mahama government that has come, you've seen the progress we are making in the health sector. In fact, in this country, it's under President Mahama that you saw major health infrastructure and major health policies in this country. And I can name them. You go to the Bank Hospital today, one of the best hospitals people get access to, the expansion of Rich Hospital. You talk about the Maritime Hospital. You talk about the Dodua Hospital. You talk about the expansion of Afari Hospital and all the major health facilities in this country, even chief compounds.
Right.
To the extent that President Mahama and his appointees have to donate their 6 months' salary to start the Mahama care so that non-communicable diseases will get access, people will get access to it. And I can attest to you, people with kidney issues, stroke and other people, now get access to medical care. So it's a progressive project we are doing.
Right.
And I think that what President Mills did, President Mahama came to continue. If President John Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia will have done access to it, we have not gotten to what we are doing. And you are talking to Landwood, he's talking about cutting drones and other things. You have forgotten that under this government, that will now even gone faster into e-medicine. You understand? Which you don't even need. I'm telling you, do you know today, you don't even need to rush from Potripo or you don't need to come out from Bunache to Kolebu. Then the chief compounds there with Kolebu, you can be diagnosed and the drugs will be flown to you.
Currently,
how
would you fly the drugs?
I'm coming with e-medicine.
Zipline?
Zipline, I'm
or the ambulance.
No, hold on, no. Please, if you talk about Boya ambulance, I think we have made a clear indication
you
of that.
clarified it.
The zipline you are talking about, there's NGC, I have known a zipline zone in Karachi, which if I don't even know one, I know one in Karachi. And it's operational as I'm talking to you today.
Right. But we know that 3 have been cancelled.
Is it?
3 have been cancelled.
Of course, whatever it is, the Minister of Health has come out with a report and indicate that to you. And we have made sure that accessibility to the remote health has been very available to everybody today.
Very well.
So health sector is progressive. And I think that every government must do something. But I can tell you, with a 1.5 year under President Mahama, the implementation and the policies and programs we have put in place, and the speedy attention we are giving to the health sector, by the end of President John Mahama's tenure, you will see that people are not just sitting in the theater enjoying. They go back to the remote areas there and be part of the health sector of the people.
Thank you, Richard.
That is the most priority
Thank
we
you,
have.
Richard. Aminu from Nsawam says, while I support the health minister's decision to set up a committee to investigate the circumstances surrounding Charles Emisa's death, I disagree with how the committee's findings singled out individual health professionals as culprits. Are we suggesting that our health system is flawless and that individual practitioners alone should bear blame for a patient's death? Negligence does occur, but it's often a symptom of deeper systemic failures, understaffing, poor resources, and weak protocols. This one says, good morning, Nana. Our leaders are linked to this situation because when the worst happens to them, they are flown out and paid for every expense by us. How then do you expect anything good? Such a shameful act of pointing fingers to our selfless medical professionals. Alankwe Papa Jalov Kwashiman. My mom died because there was no bed in Kolebu, 37, Rage, Kuku Clinic, and Akawe. Imagine carrying our dying mom, roaming the streets of Accra, and ending up in the morgue. The same thing happened to my dad, who will be buried at the end of this month. This is not report matter. We are just dying because the system is flawed. We don't know people, so we don't matter. Good morning. And he's Jacob, Uber driver. Jacob, condolences to you and your family. Elvis, let's do stay in the health sector and let's tie the conversation, because clearly the underlying factor is the systemic failures. And one that is glaring now is the non-operationalization of the Weija Pediatric Hospital. Completed, but sitting there.
Some of the things that he said.
Sure, you do have a right of reply, so we'll come to you. But let's tie the conversation and let's look at the health sector holistically. Now, of course, we can zero in on this Weija Pediatric Hospital that is still sitting there unopened.
Okay, Nana. Nobody here created the impression that the people's name should not be mentioned at all. The point I made was that at the fact-finding level, I don't think releasing the names at this point was necessary. I have said if they are going to face the Medical and Dental Council, which is the regulating authority, okay, which is the right authority to determine whether they did something wrong or not. If at the end of that, and the Medical and Dental determines that a wrong has been done and they put out their names, I have no problem with that. But when we haven't gotten there, you read them. That is what I said I think is problematic. I'm not against that. If somebody has committed such a wrong, the name should not be out at all. That's what I've said. I made the point clear. Let the names come out when the appropriate institution, with the Ghana Medical and Dental Council, calls them, does its own work based on the fact-finding report, goes to do further work, interrogates the people, give them the opportunity to defend themselves at that level. If after that the Medical and Dental Council is convinced that something has been done which is wrong and decided to mete out punishment and releases their names at that point, that is fair.
Right.
But when it's just a fact-finding committee, which does not even have any power or responsibility, and you are releasing the name, that is where I have a problem. So I'm not against the names that don't release names at all. I say release the names at the right time when the right authority empowered to do so has done its work, not a committee.
Very well.
That is number one. See, the last statement you read, look at the gentleman.
Yeah.
They lost their mother to the same situation.
37, Rage, Kuku Clinic,
Akawe, 5 health facilities died. Now it says their father has died
too,
under the same condition.
And will be buried this month.
Yet we think that we have to be pointing some, I think, at people, the workers, rather than looking at the holistic problem that exists. You think that there's a bed and a doctor or a nurse will say there's no bed? And that's rightly for the big people, they can fly out. They can go to UGMs when you pay commercial rate or bank hospital. The bank hospital is not for everybody.
No.
If you can't afford, you can go.
Afford.
That's why everybody is running to Rich and Kolebu and the rest. Because Rich and Kolebu is what you pay less. Then go to UGMCs. Virtually beds are there. But when you go there, you must make a deposit. If you don't make a deposit at UGMC, nobody is attending to you. That is the policy at UGMC. Because it's a commercialized institution. Bank hospital and the maritime oil you mentioned, it's not for the average Ghanaian. Because if you get there, you'll be required to make a deposit. So if you don't have the money, you can't. So let's not be creating the impression as if these hospitals are for everybody. It is for all of us, but it's ability to afford. Everybody that goes to UGMs or bank hospital know that when you get there, you will do a deposit before they start attending to your patient. It is that's what happens there. So we shouldn't create the impression as if they operate just like Rich Hospital or Kolebu. No, it's not. So we can't create that impression. See, as I said, if we don't fix problems holistically and we keep doing this, going round, that's why we have this problem. The only children's hospital we have, you know it,
Princess Marie Louis,
has the capacity.
So what's the state even?
Thank you.
You know they are 100 years.
But look at the state of the hospital.
They are celebrating 100 years anniversary.
Look at the state of the hospital. I'm telling you. So see, there are things we must say and we must say it. Have you been to the Ansuma Polyclinic before?
No, I don't
It's
think
in a small facility like this. Somebody's house rented. It's where Dansuma, the whole Dansuma Polyclinic, if you go there, you realize that we are not a serious people. That a whole Dansuma, they are polyclinic. If you look at the facility they call a polyclinic Dansuma, you shake your head and say, are we really serious in this country? Mamprobi Polyclinic is far better and bigger than Dansuma Polyclinic. But we call it the Dansuma Polyclinic. If you have it, that's the first point of all you be rational. Let's admit that we have a rotten system. We have a system that people who are supposed to take decisions and make sure that the system works for us are not doing their work. But they are the first to be pontificating at the people who are rather suffering as a result of the system. This guy who has lost both mother and father, who cares about it? Because his story didn't make it to the media.
True.
That's why I'm saying that when you scapegoat these 4 people or 7 people, you've not done anything. Because a lot of people are suffering this thing on a daily basis. But because nobody knows them and they don't know anybody. No media house highlights their case, so nobody hears it. How painful will it be that you lose both your parents to the same situation? Both parents to the same situation of no bed. One person loses both parents to the same situation. How pathetic. So what happened to Charles Emisa should not have happened. If we had fixed the proper system.
True.
Kolebu is a 2,400 bed facility. And the entire accident emergency is 50 beds. A hospital that is capable of treating 2,400 people at a go, the total accident and emergency is 50 beds. Does this make sense to you, the person who is watching me?
The proportion, the ratio in there.
Look at the proportion. That a hospital that is capable of taking on 2,400 beds
and has a 50-bed accident and emergency.
For accidents and emergency.
There's a shortage somewhere.
We are in a country where we see the rate of accident. Where thousands and thousands of accident victims are reported each year. More than 3,000 people are killed each year in the past 10 years. We know the rate of accident. And Kolebu is the premier hospital in Ghana. And its accident emergency is only 50 beds. When it is a hospital that should be able to take on 2,400. And we are pampering the people who are supposed to solve the problem are not solving it. And we are rather attacking people who have been put in the system which doesn't work. And they are forced to make sure that it works. And when there's a problem, we are rather attacking those people. I'm not defending negligence. I'm saying that if these people are found to have done something wrong, they should be given the necessary punishment. But if we continue this way, and we don't rather call out the policymakers, we will all be dying the same way. We will all be dying the same way. Any sector will talk, it won't go anywhere. In the past 5 years, how many people haven't died in this country in this situation? In the past 5 years, let's recount the number of people that the media actually highlighted. Why should we still be here today?
And that's those that we have heard and
exactly. As I said, this gentleman.
There's several hundreds that have gone on. That
this is one person telling you the same situation killed both of his parents. Who is talking about it? So if we will be scapegoating people, and instead of addressing the problem, then we should all know that we are all going to die the same way.
Very well.
Because the politician can afford to go to UGMC. If you go to Bank Hospital, the beds are there. That if you get there, they have to make a deposit.
And you can do
and
that.
if ambulance goes to pick somebody in an accident scene, who is going to make the deposit before they will attend to the person?
Yeah.
So the ambulance will not take the person to UGMC or Bank Hospital. But you know that when he gets there, he doesn't have the money to do a deposit. And then he doesn't know any family member at that immediate moment.
Right.
So when I take to Kolebu Reach, we cannot build a hospital for children. We know the state of the Princess Marie Louise Hospital. And we as a country decided, let's build a befitting children's hospital. I have not been there, but I saw the videos and the pictures.
Yeah, we got exclusive as
and I asked myself, how do we build this? How do we build this? And we are giving flimsy excuses why we can't open it. Assuming that, without admitting that there is a 3.8 million procurement that even the World Bank has questioned, is that the reason why we can't open the hospital? Can't we open the hospital for it to be operating while we are dealing with that 3.8 million procurement issue?
Exactly.
We can. So that excuse of World Bank has question certain procurement and that is why we are not. For me, it is neither here nor there. And children will be dying. Children who can be saved by that facility will be dying. And we are sitting here talking about some $3.8 million procurement World Bank has flagged. How does that stop us from operationalizing the hospital? This is the kind of politics we must stop.
All right.
He says that at the one hospital, none of them was working. They know that 3 of them had been completed. They did not operationalize it. Completion and operational in the hospital are two different things.
Right.
You can complete the hospital, but testing of the equipment and making sure that they are working enough, and then now open it to the public, which is called commissioning, is what has not been done.
Right.
And what stops you from commissioning a hospital that has been completed? Because of politics.
All right,
I know you remember City has to do a whole campaign before UGMC can be opened.
Abandoned projects.
UGMC. City has to take it as a whole agenda and be on the politicians 24/7 and says, we can't build this thing and you are giving us excuses of there is no generator or there is this, there's no this, that's why we can't operational UGMC.
All right, Elvis.
Why should the media do a campaign? Why should the media do a campaign for a hospital to be open? And that is what we are doing to the wager now. Now it's taking public pressure and media pressure to force
residents have to demonstrate.
Okay, to force the person who uses our taxpayers' money to do the thing to go and open it. Why
Thank you, Elvis.
You voted for the public. So why is it that if you have to open it, somebody has to put pressure on it to open it?
Thank you, Elvis. Let me take a quick break here. Ibrahim, I beg you, please just hold on for me. I'll take a quick break and then I come back to you on this matter of the health system in general. But you can also send us your thoughts, your comments, and contributions. This is Breakfast Daily here on Channel One Television. We'll be right back.
Life is a celebration of moments. Big and small.
The sun is scorching, I'm feeling the heat.
With Piva Drink, every moment becomes a refreshing celebration. From the beach to your home, in every corner of your world, Piva Drink adds a burst of refreshment.
Give me Piva cocktail and tangerine.
Celebrate every moment with Piva Drink. Refreshment for every occasion. Piva Drink, a taste you will love.
P for Piva.
This advert is FDA approved.
Hundreds of battles fought across the continent by the princes of Europe. But history doesn't care who almost won. It only remembers the name on the trophy. One night to decide it all on the ultimate stage, 30th of May. Stay connected and watch DSTV to catch the UEFA Champions League final. It's on.
My line of work, it confident smile is everything. Kel Charcoal toothpaste keeps me on top of my game and ensures my smile is always radiant and bright.
With the tiring nature of my job, we spend several hours under the scorching sun. To keep our teeth white and our breath fresh all the time, we use none other than Kel Charcoal toothpaste. Kel Charcoal toothpaste. You're on a kessie and in a kit one.
Samayo kendini, ehu be here, semecha sapapadia to amame manfo. Kel Charcoal's natural ingredients. Eno, ene bomb is seho bine, and maniswing, nesansu mama hotoso, e will beg you.
Kel Charcoal toothpaste. Choose Kel Charcoal toothpaste for anti-cavity, whiter teeth, and fresher breath all day. Available in 80 gram and 150 gram. Grab yours today.
Kel, happy smile. This advert is FDA approved.
Turn up your sound experience with the We Hear speakers by Lovi. From the sleek We Hear 1 to the powerful We Hear 2. And now the premium We Hear Pro. Fully endorsed by Kylian Mbappe. This is not just a speaker, it's a flexible, high-performance outdoor Bluetooth speaker built to bring your music to life anywhere. With up to 100 watts of music power, you get bold, immersive sound wherever you go. All available in stylish standout colors. Now the good news. From April 20th to May 20th, grab yours at a special discounted price. The We Hear 1 now at 400 Ghana cedis. The We Hear 2 at 900 Ghana cedis. And the premium We Hear Pro now as 3,800 Ghana cedis. Don't miss out. Call 020-195-7739 or pick up at the Atlantic Towers. You can also grab yours at Orange FM Kumasi, Plus FM or 3 Music TV in Accra. Number 12 Afunya Street at Belengpe. Don't miss out on this special discounted offer. It's the We Hear promo powered by Lovi. We Hear, feel the power, hear the difference.
Are you ready to explore Ghana? A land of rich heritage. A land alive with culture. A land of unforgettable adventures. From breathtaking landscapes to wildlife, festivals and nightlife that never sleeps. But planning the perfect trip can feel overwhelming. Now, everything you need is in one place. With Ghana Tourism Marketplace, you can book hotels, discover tours, rent cars, connect with expert guides, and explore destinations across the country. You can also get tickets for amazing experiences like Movie in the Park at Platinum Bay Hotel, Uncle Ebo White Theatre shows, Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park visits, and more. So go ahead, plan your journey and experience Ghana your way. Ghana Tourism Marketplace is brought to you by Ghana Tourism Development Company, your official gateway to discovering Ghana.
Alrighty, thank you so much for staying with us. Welcome back. This is the news review segment on Breakfast Daily. We're discussing the health sector and, of course, stemming out of the unfortunate Charles Emisa passing. I'll take this quick message and then I'll go to Ibrahim and then Richard, then we can move on. The medical profession is one of the most respected professions in the world because lives are placed in the hands of doctors and nurses every single day. That trust must be protected at all costs. If investigations find some health professionals culpable in matters relating to negligence, refusal of care, or actions that contributed to the no-bed syndrome tragedy, then defending them blindly simply because they are colleagues is wrong. Professional solidarity should never be placed above human life and accountability. Good doctors and nurses who genuinely sacrifice daily to save lives should rather support transparency and justice because shielding wrongdoing damages the image of the entire healthcare profession. Accountability is not hatred against doctors. Accountability is what strengthens public trust in the health system. Families who lose loved ones deserve truth, not excuses and supporting wrongdoings. Ghana's healthcare system can only improve when mistakes are admitted, lessons are learned, and responsible actions are taken without fear or favoritism. No profession should be above criticism when lives are lost. Daniel from Ho in the Volta region sent that. All right, Ibrahim, you have the floor.
Thank you. No, I want to address some of the things that Richard said. Earlier, when I was framing my submission, I used Charles Amisa's unfortunate death to explain that the healthcare system is related. You cannot weaken a rural system and expect or be surprised when the capitals are now overstretched. That's how I framed it. I went on to mention about the Agenda 111, which indeed they criticized. Yes, 6 were publicly inaugurated, okay, but only 3 were fully equipped.
Right.
Others has made the point already. The fact that it's fully equipped and you're not commissioning it, like we're doing right now with the Weja Bawe Children's Hospital, is indicative of NDC stance on healthcare system. He said, I'm doing politics. I was rather, in fact, commending your government for actually doing the no bed command center. You heard my submission there. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, when I framed it, because if you do politics with this, Richard, NDC will lose. If you want me to take you back as to how we suffered Ghanaians, cash and carry. Who introduced that? Well, when I say introduced, who affected it? Was it not them? You would go to Kolebu. Remember Kolebu, Bonyo Adeka, you know Bonyo Adeka, is a coffin. They had the manufacturers right outside of Kolebu, Zoti Junction. When you're going to Kolebu, before you turn right, the junction that's called Zoti Junction. Because coffin makers knew that no matter what, Ghanaians would die under the NDC. Because if you didn't have the money, go home and die. What happened? You saw the NHIS collapse under their system. When we came in 2017, we, NPP, inherited 1.2 billion Ghana cedis of debt. They weren't paying pharmacists, weren't paying doctors. 2 years doctors strike. And you're telling me that you guys are the let's say, I can't find the words, but the champions, thank you, Elvis. The champions of the healthcare system? The bank hospital that you're referring to, 2017, that it was commissioned. UGMC Hospital, University of Ghana Medical Center. Look how long the delays that happened in that, and the controversy. We came and solved that particular issue out. The central medical stores, where all our pharmaceuticals and vaccines were kept, burnt under your administration. Why was it burnt? Arson. Why? There was corruption issues related to the central medical stores. $12 million was lost under you.
It was the arson established.
Yes.
An investigative body established there.
That I can't recall, but I know that because a corruption issue on procurement had been triggered, suddenly the whole thing is now up in arms. How can you do an inventory if everything is up? How can you do an inventory? It links to what Dr. Koboy said. He said there's no procurement issue. I'll touch on it because the thing's about to be commissioned and everything leads to a paper trail. So this, I don't say nonsense, but this grasping at air, trying to implicate Honorable Dr. Okoboy, doesn't wash. I think it was on your show, this program.
Yeah.
And he said there's a paper trail.
He was on one of our shows.
Yeah.
What the papers are saying on Thursday night.
There's a paper trail. Show me where the procurement lapses are. But let me come back to the issue here. In terms of Fomena, that hospital wasn't completed. You had another one at Kumawu. I'm talking their time. Remember the Green Book, 2015, 2016 campaign. They were giving us some photorealistic images. Photoshop those days.
Artist impression.
Artist impressions. These days will say AI. Then artist impression of ghost hospitals. That never happened.
Right.
You killed Ghanaians. The issue or the incidence of no bed syndrome was sky high under NDC. Both the Mills and the Mahama, especially the John Mahama administration. Now, look at the full ecosystem of healthcare. Nurses, what happened with your alawa? We won't pay you alawa. Because you can't just do the ghost building and not even pay properly those officers who are to deliver the healthcare that saves Ghanaians' lives.
Right.
That's how much NDC view the healthcare system. You won't even pay and encourage and motivate the very officers, I'm talking the nurses and the doctors, to deliver the healthcare system that we want. What childbirth rates, mortality rates was high under them, reduced under Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. I mean, I can go from top to toe. Richard, this one is a debate you will lose. NDC have done more to kill Ghanaians than any other administration. Than any other. And I can even cite a Champions, eat what you grow.
Right.
Grow what you eat
Let's deal with the Children's Hospital.
So I needed to frame that. I would have thought that my submission in saying that, look, if we are too myopic and so there's a no bed syndrome is systematic, we are failing to scratch beneath the surface and understand why beds are congested. That's how I framed it. I know, Richard, you came late to the party, so maybe that's the reason why you didn't hear all of it.
I do what?
You came late.
As in what?
You came late to the program. So when I was giving my early submission, maybe you missed that part.
No, but he was seated before.
I was seated,
yes.
you were now trying to arrange yourself. So maybe your mind was not on my submission. Nana, it's important. Now I'll come to the Wijekbawe in a minute or two.
Please do.
For us to not debate, but to speak to these issues, you have to speak with a national voice or a national agenda, not always partisan. The politics will do. It's our bread and butter. That's why we're on the program here. Either to defend or attack, to see how we can add value to Ghana's agenda. But on healthcare, if I wanted to go purely partisan, you would have seen it in my submission. I wanted us to understand that this no bed syndrome has a cause. I'm not talking about who caused them, but it has a cause. So let's understand why Accra Police Hospital 37 and Ridge are so congested. I mentioned we have over 287 healthcare facilities in Ghana. Why are these three generally the go-to place? When under NPP, Akufo-Addo's vision was to make sure that you serve the whole nation. Do I have to travel all the way from Hamile, which borders Burkina Faso, in order to get healthcare? That means that we Ghanaians don't care about them.
Right.
And so on that issue, Richard, I'm happy you're Googling.
Right. Touch on the Wager Pediatrics Hospital.
Now, on the Wager one, it's been mentioned. Nana, I cannot understand. I can understand, but I cannot understand why this government is not commissioned. If you indeed think there is an issue.
You completed it.
Yes.
Did you have time to commission?
No.
Very well.
But you have time now. We are now, next 2 weeks, we are in June. Am I right? And we are in June.
Yeah.
We are 6 months away from them being in office for 2 solid years. And you can't commission. I mentioned to you when the Bank Hospital, they started it, we commissioned it quickly. The records are there. Why is it that NDC wants to always want to play politics with these things? I honestly don't understand. When I say these things, I'm talking about our healthcare. The Children's Hospital is ready. If indeed you have an issue, and I'm not saying that anybody is above reproach. If you feel that there's an issue against Honorable Dr. Koboy, you can pursue that on a different tangent. Am I right? Why are you holding children's lives and their livelihood to ransom? Because you want to play politics. And Dr. Koboy will be found absolutely innocent of whatever charges they're trying to formulate against him. And I love the submission he gave.
Was Koboy at the helm of the ministry when this project was ongoing? What didn't it precede him?
No, in terms of the starts? Or the,
yeah, even starts to completion.
But in terms of it was under his tenure
that it was completed.
That it was completed.
Right.
And so from what I'm seeing online, they're talking about procurement issues.
Right.
And Dr. Koboy was so straight to the point. There's a paper trail. Check the paper trail and see where the procurement issue. That's all.
But the World Bank has had cause to flag procurement.
No, but I'm saying
that reason the payments are not coming and contractors.
I mean, we've heard them talk about Aura all this while. They said we had $20 billion. Remember, $20 billion. They said it can cure the economy. Start their phantom 24-hour economy that will not see the light of day at all.
Right.
What is the $20 billion? You mentioned it. You can even add this procurement thing. I'm sure it formed part of the ingredients of the oral.
Right. Wrap up on this.
I'm wrapping up. You know, when the administrator, let me say the then minister, Okoboy, said, check the paper trail. That tells you that the person you're accusing it's a false accusation.
Right.
And even if you feel you have merits, Okoboy said, procure the thing. Not procure, sorry.
Open the thing.
Open the thing. If you have issues with me, deal with me so that I can give you, the facts and evidences and documentation that you may need to come to a fuller conclusion.
Right.
But this is a government that's saying, as for you children, continue to die. Yes, I'm being emotive and emotional with how I'm framing it. But that is the reality on the ground.
Is it?
It is on the ground.
Is
Listen, 2017, how many ambulances were functioning under that they left us? 55. 55. We have now over 300. 55. Serving a population then of 28 million Ghanaians. Sorry, nearly 30 million Ghanaians. 55. Then, remember what happened in 2015, 2016? They procured 200 ambulances on paper. But 30 arrived. 30 out of the 200. And those 30, those CVET cars. It was those, what do you call it?
They had to be retrofitted.
Retrofitted. I mean, you had cabinets. I'm talking kitchen cabinets installed in these Benz buses, but they weren't Benz, they were the CRV, the Citroen cars. And you wonder what led John Mahama John Mahama to actually sign off such a procurement. There weren't ambulances. It was your transit van.
Was he the one to sign off?
The buck stops where?
Yeah, but of course he had ministers in office.
No problem. I can reframe.
So it
my
wasn't
submission.
him as a person.
I can't understand what possessed the NDC government then to procure 200. Only 30 arrived.
30.
And there were these Citroen vans,
with
like SUVs. Yeah, and what they had, and I know the matter well. It's there. I always say without repeating, just Google this one. Don't say me, Richard. Just Google. I'm coming.
We're running out of time. I need to hear from.
We'll make the time. Don't worry. Richard. The producer will give you 5 more minutes.
No. We're running out of time. So we have a number of things to do on the show today. So just land on this so I can go to Richard.
I'm landing on this point. The precedence I gave was to give our viewers a better understanding of how NDC administrations do not care about Ghanaians. They talk a good fight, but they don't show up to deliver.
Thank you, Ibrahim. Richard, your take.
Nana, I think Ibrahim himself and every Ghanaian know that when it comes to health, children, or social protection, no other person has done it best and better than President Mahama. It's on record. He's a Ghana. The Nungwa area is a champion there. He's aware. And he knows it so well. Teshi. There's the hospital there. Your hospital. Lekma Hospital was pulled down. No, the hospital was pulled down. La General Hospital.
La General Hospital.
Lekma MPP built it.
La General Hospital was pulled down. That they were going to build an ultra-modern health facility for the people of La.
Because its existence in that state was a danger to patients.
I used to go there. There was a medical Dr. Ono, now the technical advisor to the minister, used to go and do surgery there. And I followed him a lot to that facility.
Right.
Even if it was not up to standard, the way and manner they treated the people there, the number of people that lost their lives. In fact, they were referred from there to Kwabena Hospital. Most of the patients was transported, in fact, transported in a bus to Kwabena Hospital. Up to date.
Gaist?
Yes, up to date. It is President Mahama that came to now start that project and go and see the progress of the project. To continue with the project. Yes, to continue the project and then come and see how speedy the project has become. In Greater Accra, where you hail from, you are ni papa. You know. Nisoa. If you go to Dodua Hospital, Dodua Hospital, we used to know that most of the people, the gangs from that area, from Kodiabe, Somanya, all those areas, the rate of which women were dying when they are going for delivery was on record. It was on record that it was unbearable. President John Dramani Mahama went and built 100-bed capacity, specialized in delivery to give birth to children. You were a child before. Give birth to children to come and be like you tomorrow. And you sit and tell us that President John Dramani Mahama doesn't care about children. Be very fair. Be very fair on the cheap compounds you saw around Greater Accra. I know you have Greater Accra at heart. The hospital facilities, the rich hospital, the expansion. You saw all these things. You saw the expansion of National Health Insurance drug list. I mean drug list. And other measures we put which your region is a beneficiary. My Inoti region is a beneficiary as well. So let us applaud President John Dramani Mahama for the good work he has done in the health sector. And let us all be grateful, my brother. It is good we do that. Today, we are talking about a pediatric hospital in Weja. The hospital, that facility, if you care to know, is not for Weja. It's for the whole Greater Accra.
True.
And it is good. This is the only hospital that even have hostels, 4 theaters, 120-bed capacity. Marvelous job that was done.
So open it.
Hold on to establish. If I didn't have opportunity, nobody is holding Okoboy into accountability. No. But if I had the opportunity by listening to the then Minister of Health. And if you care to know, Okoboy has been a medical officer. Even in Teshi, he goes to do pro bono for you.
Not has, he is.
He still do.
Yeah.
He still do locum for you people. He understand health.
What mean you people? Ghanaians.
I'm talking about you being a Teshi boy.
Okay.
I mean, that's what I mean.
You.
I happened to listen to him on this hospital issue. What did he say? He said he couldn't open that hospital because, one, it was not, they wanted to be fully operationalized. So they will recruit nurses, put machines, and put other equipment that are necessary before they will operationalize it. And number two, there was an issue of payment, issue with their certificates to the Ministry of Finance and World Bank. So he couldn't have the opportunity of opening the hospital. The NDC has come, took this matter upon themselves, wanted to open the facility for the children in Greater Accra to have quality health care. The contractor says no, he is not. And why? When he said no, he is not, we ask why. And this is why. That the World Bank has not paid him his money. There's some outstanding balance the World Bank need to pay. And the World Bank has not paid him. The Minister of Health and the Minister and the President further did a follow-up to the World Bank to ask why. And this is why the World Bank is saying, I'm not going to pay. That the procurement has been inflated 11 times the price. 11 times the price. So this conflict is between the World Bank and the contractor. So the ministry and the minister has issued statement that this is the situation. But give us time, we will put these two things together, involve ourselves, settle the matter, and the hospital will be, the access will be given to us. We operationalize it and let people get access to health care. Won't you applaud this government for this good job? Is it not nice to have a government who is so concerned about the people? Your government and the World Bank has brought this to us as a nation. Your government said they were not done with payment. That's what your minister then said. And that time they didn't give financial clearance to recruit nurses. So you can't get nurses to the facility. The equipment was not there, so you can't operate it. We actually want to do it for the people because we care about health. We care about the children. And this is the situation we came to meet. And we issue a statement out there that we will quickly resolve this problem. Even if you hear the contractor, even issue a statement recently that what the World Bank is saying is not true. But the ministry and the minister and the president has taken this matter upon ourselves as a government, trying to resolve it and quickly open this facility, and the people of Greater Accra will get healthcare. I think that let us applaud Mintak Akando, the hardworking minister, and the President of the Republic of Ghana concerning about this particular issue. Not that the way you did, inflated the figure, dump it, you couldn't get financial clearance to recruit nurses, you didn't have equipment in the facility. Under 2 years in our government, we have made steps, we have made progress. That's why the other day I told you, we have a good news for Ghanaians. And see what you hear the good news. The matter is almost halfway resolved.
Right.
And sooner or later, this hospital, this facility will be opened. And you will walk in there with your child with joy. Me will walk in there, Elvis will walk in there, and we will all be proud as a nation.
All right.
We shouldn't politicize things like this. Let us resolve it. We have a leader who is capable of resolving this particular program, and it's going to be resolved soon.
All right, thank you, Richard. Gentlemen, unfortunately, we'll have to leave it here. We still have the MPP's standing committee issues to discuss. We still have rent issues to discuss, but unfortunately, we've run out of time. So we're unable to do so today. But yes, we'll keep the conversations going both online and offline. Thank you so much, Ibrahim Ajay. Thank you, Richard Manurube. Thank you, Elvis Dako. I am Nanatufo Boateng. This has been the News Review segment on Breakfast Daily.
There is no margin for error. So much here is familiar.
Over 1900 games brought us here.
There is not a sporting heat quite like this.
But history doesn't care about the journey.
The Premier League is the best league in the world.
La Liga is far and beyond the biggest winner.
It only remembers how it ends.
You bought it. It's not a word. You bought it.
8 titles. 1 month of mayhem to decide them all.
Outstanding from Patrick Dorgan.
Stay connected and watch GoTV to catch the football season finale this May. It's on.
Hello, my name is Pamela from Customer Service. Please revalidate your account by texting your Ghana card number to 0500,000 247.
Hey, Abili, wabedim.
Madam, give me the numbers behind your ATM card. I'm calling from the head office.
An email was delivered across to our customers this morning.
Confirm if this is your bank account. 100,100,100.
Thanks for sending your bank card details.
Send the OTP now to avoid cancellation.
EcoBank will never call, email, send an SMS asking for your PIN, OTP, bank card, or Ghana card details.
Don't get played. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Hello, please, I'm calling from Customer Experience Center.
Every day, we make choices. Some big, some small.
How would you be doing today?
I want this or...
Every day, we make choices. And sometimes, choices that shape our hearts.
Hi.
Whether it's a long-term or short-term decision. The Lydia Ranger gives you the power to truly decide. With Lydia, you truly decide.
To upgrade your viewing experience with Franco Smart Television. Enjoy full HD and 4K Ultra display for clearer pictures, brighter colors, and smarter features. From our 32-inch screen, perfect for your bedroom, to 55, 65, and massive 100 inches for your living room or office. We've got the perfect size and quality. For retailing and bulk purchasing, call the numbers on the screen or visit our website at www.francotrading.com. You can download the Franco Trading app on Google Play Store or Apple App Store. Franco Television, we've got the perfect size for every room. Franco, home of quality television.
תן לי עוד יום אחד, תן לי עוד פעם אחת, רק להגיד לך, יהיה בסדר. צ'קיטו, 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 צ'קיטו,
My guest is coming all the way from Israel. She's a virtuosa violinist. Clearly, she's a brilliant vocalist. She wrote this song herself. She's a composer.
We're going to do shakshuka, which is a very traditional meal in Israel. That this olive oil is from Israel.
Ooh.
It's from the Galilee. It's in the north of Israel, and it's very, very good. Israel is known for olive oil, so I'm going to put some for the cooking. I love shooting videos, by the way, in the desert. I love just showing different sides of Israel with my music.
ועוד ריקוד, כל הלילה לפנינו, אור מאיר חזק חזק, כל מה שחשוב זה שנינו. רגע מתאהבת, עולה גבוה, חולמת, מתמסרת, לא מתפשרת.
What's Cooking is brought to you by Everpack, Tasty Tom, and Electroland Ghana Limited. Rejection can shake your confidence. But what if it's not a denial? What if it's redirection? On Lifeline this week, we're talking about how to handle rejection without losing yourself.
Why is it that when I have rejection, it gets to my heart?
When it interrupts your plan, that's painful. It could be saying, this is not the door for you.
Right.
Join Bishop Fred Kwanchimensa and his guest Eunice Osetutu this Tuesday at 10 p.m. only on Channel 1 TV. From Accra to number means something. Welcome to World Cup Central, only on Channel 1 TV.
Hello and welcome to another episode of World Cup Central right here on Channel 1 TV.
Your home of football intelligence with African energy and global perspective. We're taking you beyond the highlights, from powerful eye-opening stats to sharp breakdowns of every qualified nation to insights that change how you see the beautiful game.
Their first appearance was in 1930 and their best finish at the World Cup was third place in 1930. That was a long time ago.
Every Friday at 3 p.m. we serve it fast, bold, and electric.
Good morning, everyone. It's still Breakfast Daily right here on Channel 1 TV, and we want to say thank you for joining us. As you already know, Nanatu Fobuatin started the show with his panel as they discuss some of the topics that are shaping the country politically. But we're going to be taking you from now to 11 with other things that will excite you on the show. My name is Chris Carter.
My name is Philip Nlate. It's a fresh day, fresh week, and Monday. Like your outfit.
Yeah, burgundy.
We didn't think about it.
We burgundy.
We didn't plan.
Burgundy.
No, we didn't plan.
Have you found the meaning of burgundy?
Yeah.
And
it has to talk about seriousness, ambitious, and all that. So, yeah, you know,
so today we're bringing our
I'm very serious on the show. Anyway, so as we start, we still want to remind you that the Blank Saints drama series is still on your screen every Thursday. Fresh episode, 7:30 p.m. and of course we bring you repeats Fridays, 11:30 a.m. Saturdays, 7 p.m. Sundays, 4:30 p.m. Tuesdays, 3 p.m. and also Wednesdays, 5:30 p.m. So make it a point and watch the Blank Saints. It's on your screen. This is a TV drama series that you wouldn't want to miss. please make sure that you are watching because we cooked it for you. It's an in-house production, so certainly you would have to enjoy yourselves. Sponsored by NASCO, Lizzie Shito, Out Mosquito Spray, Everpack, and also, of course, prepared for you from Channel One TV.
All right, and after that, remember that the World Cup is right in the corner. In fact, it's 30-something days, I think 35 days to go before we hit the World Cup. That is why we're going to be taking you on a World Cup journey with World Cup Central, having discussions of everything football and, of course, the different parts of World Cup and the journey of from when it started till now, and also how it impacts Ghana and how Ghana and other countries have been doing so far as we are getting ready for the 2026 World Cup. It's definitely going to be exciting. It happens every Friday by Gabi Ofer, who hosts it at 3 p.m. So make a date with Gabi every Friday at 3 p.m. for World Cup Central as he brings along very interesting football public figures to break it down for us as we head to the World Cup.
So on Friday, Asamoah was here.
Yeah.
It was interesting. And Charlie, we really had a good time. Asamoah Baby was in the house. So this Friday, we don't know who is coming yet, but make sure that you are glued to your television set. There could be a surprise on World Cup Central on Friday.
All right. And also do not forget that the Channel One News app is live. So all you need to do is head to Google Play Store and then you download the Channel One News Online app on Google Play Store. You can actually have it on your phone or your tablet. And what is exciting about it is that you can access it anywhere that you are in the world as long as you have internet connection. So you are going to be connected to us, bringing you all the news and information from Ghana and beyond. So go out there and download it and tell a friend and tell a friend to download the Channel One News Online app.
Okay, so let's move straight into the trends. And you know, we certainly start the week with the trend, or we start the day with the trends, and we need to let you know what is happening. Over the weekend was TGMA. I'm sure you watched it. If you didn't, we'll definitely bring you excerpts of that maybe later or in the week, because we are not going to have entertainment today. So maybe on Friday we'll bring you all the highlights. But the outfits, Chris, did you watch it? The outfits, was interesting. And also, we had the Artist of the Year. I knew it, that Blacko was going to take it. And of course, Blacko took it again. Medical was in there. We had other artists who were also trying to get the Artist of the Year. But we knew that Blacko had actually done a lot of work and he deserved it. I'm sure we have a video to tell us what really happened there.
Yeah, so
on the
Black
day.
Sharif claimed Artist of the Year and 4 other awards at the 27 Telecel Ghana Music Award. He won Album of an EP of the Year for Iron Boy, Songwriter of the Year for Sacrifice, Afropop Song of the Year, and Hip Hop Song of the Year. And a generous move, he also gave 100,000 Ghana. He also gave his 100,000 Ghana sponsorship prize to Ara the J and his listening session package to Gona Boy, drawing praise from peers like Sakadia and Kwesi Arthur. And Medical, who was his competitor, took 4 awards, including Best Hip Hop Hip Life Artist, while Kofi Kinata, Wendy Shea, and others celebrated their wins in a night full of high energy and performance.
Well, so, you know, Wendy Shea was also in the mix there and all that. Yeah, to also get the Artist of the Year. But anyway, Blacko did it. If you have a video, let's bring you the video. If you don't, let's bring you the comments. What people are making of what the fact that Black Sharif became the Artist of the Year again. Let's bring you the comments and let's read out the comments to you so that we'll tell you what people are saying. And as they're booking him for a concert to go make an expensive pass, managers about to run up his prize for performances. And of course, Blacko is not cheap when it comes to getting him for events. Certainly, he's the next biggest export in the industry to the world. of course, Blacko is really making it. I want to say
but
kudos to
I
his-
think
his
that's a
management.
very unfair statement. He's the next biggest statement export. He is the biggest export, not next.
Oh.
He already is.
Really?
Of course, where he is right now. Like I don't like we're talking about Black Sheriff.
Yeah.
We're not talking about someone else. We're not talking about someone that started just yesterday.
Yeah.
We're not talking about someone that just gave us a new song and we're excited about or a year ago. We're talking about Black Sheriff. He
Blacko.
is. Yes, he is.
So
The
Chris says that don't bring the word next there.
Yeah.
Cancel the word next. So he is. Let's read more comments. Blacko crowned Artist of the Year. Let's read the comments. And this one's Artist of the Year, Black Sheriff. Yeah, nice one there. Ghana, Kendrick Lamar. Oh, nice. He deserves even more. What a talent he is. He looked like R. Kelly on the day of his performance. Let me go and watch it. He's going to be the most decorated artist for a long time. He's not at his peak yet. Really, that's true though. It's just that.
Just let that sink in
for now. Great job done. Yeah. The guy deserves all the.
All that applaud.
He really worked and put it in the effort. Yeah. Yeah. So, Chris, help us with the last comment.
A time will come we won't be seeing him on stage taking his awards like Sarkodie. That should tell you that levels don't change.
Sarkodie doesn't take his awards.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Oh, landlord. Why he doesn't take? He sends people to go and take awards on his behalf. Yeah. So that was one of his performances on the day, and I want to say kudos to the organizers of the.
I think one thing about Black Sheriff is that he's actually a 360 artist. He's a very good artist, and he puts his all in his stagecraft. And apart from the stagecraft, he also has a presence with his fashion. He makes good fashion statements. If it's on the red carpet, if it's on stage, and even if it's on just Instagram or TikTok to see him fooling, he just makes good fashion statements. So I think he's a very good artist that has a lot of prospect.
I like it when. So this speaks to one thing. He's in sync with his management. So
Yeah.
I think. Because if the management should decide, he can also make some suggestions, and he's working towards. So he's the output of the input from the management and himself. So I think that he's doing so well, and we all know what Sheriff has been doing. Konongo started from Konongo when he was playing football with the boys.
Yeah. All right. So still on awards, the African Magic Viewers Choice Award. That's the AMVCA. It actually happened the same day as that, and everybody is talking about it because of the fashion that was brought on that weekend. It's like they had the cultural fashion and they had the day of the awards fashion. They also had the after party fashion.
I saw an outfit.
It was just a lot.
I saw an outfit of someone wearing loaves of bread.
Yeah, I think it's as she's a bread seller. No, she actually has a beans business or so. So she was wearing loads of bread.
And I was asking, like, is it real bread?
You know, I think it's because of the theme of the event. The theme had to do with arts or something. So everybody had to bring their A game. That's why you also saw Nana Ikuado wearing a cathedral, and I think.
And some people couldn't actually walk in their outfit.
Will you walk in your outfit?
It was very.
No, but that's why they
difficult.
say. No, that's why they say beauty is pain. That's what you see. That's it. So a lot of people like the funny thing about this outfit is that a lot of people outside Ghana, outside Africa, like in the Western world, thought
this is the bread.
Yeah, in the Western world, thought it was AI.
Yeah, so I actually thought it was
only
it was
to
AI.
find out that no, it's not AI. It's just gifted hands of African designers.
Wow, loaves of bread.
Plenty. Yeah, so it's still making waves, and now people are also comparing it to the Met Gala and saying that the African designers actually need to be on the Met Gala because they actually put out better designs than the Western designers.
So the fashion designers actually ideate, also they go through the ideation process, and there's this kind of implementation that is being done. So
yeah, because some outfits actually take a year.
Design all these things.
Some outfits actually take a year to make.
Wow.
Yeah. So even the guy that made the Nigerian designer that made the clothes for Nana Ekuado said he reached out to her last year in November.
So it was a project he was doing.
So it's a project. Usually it's a project. So that's why people are
So
calling.
Chris, if I may ask, after wearing this outfit for that event, will it be worn again?
Oh, I don't think so. No, what happens usually is it's repurposed.
Okay.
Yeah, it's repurposed, and that's also one beautiful thing about sustainable fashion.
Okay,
and African fashion is sustainable fashion, so
Okay.
it can be repurposed.
You are in the space, so if I may, I want to ask another question. That how much can actually be spent on one outfit?
A lot of money.
Like how much?
A lot of money.
Let's look at it with the currency dollar. It could go like 2,000, 3,000.
Yeah, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. Yeah, 3,000, 2,000.
For an outfit?
Yeah. Why? Because it takes years.
Wow.
Some actually take years to put together.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, spelling. Yeah. So after the 4,000 dollars has actually been spent on that outfit, it's going to be repurposed.
It can be repurposed, because at the end of it, what we need to understand, when you see artists like this or designers like stars like this on the red carpet wearing certain designs, we need to understand that sometimes they are not buying the designs.
Oh, okay.
So it is just to show the person's work, the designer's work.
The designer's
Do you
work,
understand?
yeah.
So that's why the designers always go out for that person that can carry it.
So the designer makes money out of it?
At the end of the day, because
How?
now you are known. The world knows you. The world will call you. Some very rich person in India, some very rich person in America will call you. Okay, I want my design. That's how Nigerian designers are actually making
money.
clothes for,
Okay, that's fine.
for the young high school kids in America.
Because sometimes you see comments, hey, so after all said and done, this is not going to be used again. So sort of waste of money.
No, it's
but
not.
now you are explaining to us that
it's not actually
that's
a waste
how
of
people
money.
get gigs.
Yes.
Okay.
A lot of gigs.
That's fine. If that's how people get gigs, then maybe the next time you see me on this show, I'll be having buffroots all over my outfits.
If you look at it very well, it's not about you just wearing it. You should know how to carry it.
Yeah, you should know how to carry it.
So you should know how to give them the attention.
Really?
So if you don't give them the attention, what's the point?
Wow.
Anyway, we have some comments on this since everybody's talking about it. When it comes to fashion, oh man, we take a seat and let them shine for here. Nigeria is the fashion capital of the world. To all Nigerian designers, here is your flowers. They should consider holding the event on the same day as the Met and invite black artists, politicians, and athletes from around the world. The Met needs to come take classes, honestly.
Okay, that's the Met Gala.
Yeah. If there weren't any videos and you told me these pictures were AI generated,
I would believe. Yes,
a lot of people,
all this while,
a lot of people
when
thought
I
it
saw
was
the
AI.
bread, I was thinking it was AI generated.
A lot of people thought it was AI. Nobody does it better than Nigerians, to be honest. Nigerians are ahead of other countries in everything. Our problem is our leaders.
Interesting. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. So let's see how that one also turns out to be the next time. Chris and myself will
go.
We'll go and
we'll go.
We'll get one of the finest designers to costume us, and we'll go. But there is this one. We want to move away from entertainment stuff and bring you one that is happening at Dom Kwabenya. So the MP for Dom Kwabenya.
Is it Dom or Domi?
I just say Dom. I just say Dom. I just say Domi. I just say.
But what do the truck drivers say? Because they will get it right.
Dom Kwabenya.
Oh, they said Domi Kwabenya.
I think you qualify to be a mate. So, Dom Kwabenya, Domi Kwabenya, you can take any of that. I'll take the Kwabenya. So let's talk about it now. The MP for the area, Faustina Krugu, is not happy at all.
Yeah.
She is asking, actually begging the roads minister and also other authorities with the contractor on the stretch that leads to the East Hospital, saying that that road should actually be fixed. Let's bring you the video of her actually begging.
beg you, please, we beg you in the name of God. I need to kneel down on the road to the Guy East Hospital. We beg you.
When there's some people on emergency, before they get to the hospital, they are even dead. I beg you, in the name of God. Honorable Minister for Roads, and the person is in charge of the construction. Please, I beg you, Oswald. We beg you in the name of God. The road is just deplorable. We beg you, come to our aid. Thank you so much. I know when you hear me, you can do it for me. Thank you so much. We are grateful. Thank you. Thank you. I beg you, whoever is listening to us, this is not political. It is about human. You never know who your relative will be, who the ambulance has. It brings a lot of with all the tubes and everywhere. That road is just not more trouble. I've been to the road minister, Honorable Governor Agboja. He told me that the person to construct this road is called Oswald Construction. I've been to him as well. And right now, whilst I was coming on this to this hospital, the people in my car, I kept lamenting. It is not the best. I beg you, for God's sake, whoever is listening to me and whoever has to make this happen, it's not the best. Now, it is not a pothole, it's a manhole. I beg you, Oswald Construction, the Minister for Roads, please, I beg you, I'm here to celebrate Mother's Day with our women. When I plowed the road, it's not the best. We beg you. It can be anybody. It can be me, an emergency.
So that is Faustina Krugu there. I think we should listen to her again. Yeah, let's listen to her again. And there are a lot of things in there that we need to pay attention to. Maybe we can play it again. Let's air it again.
You, please, we beg you in the name of God. I need to kneel down on the road to the Guy East Hospital. We beg you.
When there's some people on emergency, before they get to the hospital, they are even dead. I beg you, in the name of God. Honorable Minister for Roads, and the person is in charge of the construction. Please, I beg you, Oswald. We beg you in the name of God. The road is just deplorable. We beg you, come to our aid. Thank you so much. I know when you hear me, you can do it for me. Thank you so much. We are grateful. Thank you. Thank you. I beg you, whoever is listening to us, this is not political. It is about human. You never know who your relative will be, who the ambulance has. It brings a lot of with all the tubes and everywhere. That road is just not more trouble. I've been to the road minister, Honorable Governor Agboja. He told me that the person to construct this road is called Oswald Construction. I've been to him as well. And right now, whilst I was coming on this to this hospital, the people in my car, I kept lamenting. It is not the best. I beg you, for God's sake, whoever is listening to me and whoever has to make this happen, it's not the best. Now, it is not a pothole, it's a manhole. I beg you, Oswald Construction, the Minister for Roads, please, I beg you, I'm here to celebrate Mother's Day with our women. When I plowed the road, it's not the best. We beg you. It can be anybody. It can be me, an emergency. It can be my...
So that is Faustina Krugu there, the MP for Dome or Dom Kwabenya. And actually, she's actually poured her heart out, asking the appropriate authorities to fix the road. She says that it's not political. I would want to take political meanings out and try and state that that road is a very important road because of the purpose it serves, leading to a hospital. So it has to be fixed. I'm sure there may be reasons why that project may have stalled, but we will try and see if we can speak to the various authorities to find out from them why that particular project has stalled. But people are reading different meanings into this. Let's bring you comments. Chris help us with these comments.
But she's a minister, right? So why is she begging?
She's not a minister, she's
like
an MP.
that for her roads to be fixed. She has no voice at the office and MP begging minister to fix road. Then imagine we civilians, hey, common road keke.
Is it common?
And MP have to beg.
Is it common? It's not common.
Settings. Can't she go to the minister's office? Isn't her party in power?
But she says she has spoken to the minister.
But no, this is not the best way to lobby. The money used to construct our roads are our own taxpayers' money. Charlie, Dom Kwabinya and Adenta has one of the horrible roads in Greater Accra. Please do something to help them, Honorable Minister. If dust from Adenta to Dodowa was paying rent by now, it's for own apartments. We just, we trust Oswald Construction Company Limited, though. Make them finish them ASAP before we all turn cocoa color from the dust. Yeah.
You see, sometimes you need to find ways and means to get attention. You understand? Which I think that
that's what she did.
Yeah. So she's actually found ways and means to actually get attention. If she hadn't done this, we wouldn't be sitting here talking about it. If she hadn't done this, bloggers wouldn't have picked it. If she hadn't done this, media houses wouldn't have actually been showing it on screen. So sometimes we want to go beyond the ordinary, what everybody sees as normal. No.
Like making a phone call, like visiting the office,
We were here, we saw Chief of Staff cry. Or he was actually shedding tears because he was apologizing to the Pentecost head because of a comment his colleague, or let's say subordinate, said. We were here, we saw Ama Kofi Boah, the lands minister, was actually on his knees begging chiefs in his region to actually come together so that we will stop the chieftaincy disputes in the region, because it's actually having a toll on development in the region. So for me, I don't think that she's done anything bad. I think she's done what she has to do as an MP. We have 275 of 76 MPs, all at the doorsteps of the Roads Minister.
Yeah.
The Roads Minister has been to regions across the country, and even today, I understand, he's starting a new tour in the western part of the country, western, north, and other areas. 3-day tour. Look at the number of road projects that are under construction. So you need to do something that won't break. When you go to Amasaman, Amasaman constituency, I can count the number of good roads. You go to Trobo, Greater Accra, Trobo, I can count the number of good roads. You go to Katamanso, your area, Santor, East Legon Hills, you can count the number of good roads. Then let's take the Volta region. Oti has bad roads. Let's take the northern part of the country. Deployable roads. Everybody is crying for roads. Everybody is crying for something. So she has to do something for the attention to be on her. So but in the next 6 months, the road is not fixed, she said, or she's spoken, her constituents, she's come out to say, her constituents may have seen that MP, she's on her knees begging. So it's not only the floor of parliament you go and sit and you want to lobby. No. You want to go beyond. So
there are different ways. So what you are saying is that there are different ways to lobby.
What she has.
And to get your message out there. But yeah, I would agree with you on that. And also I think she made very important points, because the road actually leads to a hospital.
A hospital.
And she also said something that's very important. It can actually be anyone's family member, or it can be anyone.
Yeah.
So yes.
So people shouldn't cut Auntie Faustina's head. No. What she's done is to help everyone. It could be your relative.
It could be you.
Yes, that you've been rushed to the Ga East Hospital. And like I said earlier, we do not know the reason why the project has stalled. But as media house or journalists, we could actually do a follow-up and find out from the various authorities why the construction hasn't been completed yet, or why it's still at a particular stage. You understand? Okay, fine. So I think we can move from there.
All right.
Auntie Faustina, come and employ me to talk on your behalf.
All right. So anyway, that's a very good one. I mean, she just expressed her grievances from a motherly point of view.
She spoke as a mother.
Do you understand? She spoke as a mother, and that's why we are also jumping into this little documentary we are about to put out to you, or we want to share with you, and it's all about the episode with Mama. An episode with Mama. You know, we've been talking about the episode with Mama, an episode with Mama some weeks ago because of Mother's Day. And Mother's Day was actually on Sunday, but so happy Mother's Day to all mothers out there. I know it's Monday, but I still want to say happy Mother's Day to all mothers out there. The ones that have lost their kids, the ones that are taking care of people who are not biologically theirs, the ones that are acting as mother figures, the ones who have had miscarriages, the ones who have, you know, even the fathers that are acting as mothers. So anyone just being a mother figure or actually even wants to be a mother, happy Mother's Day to you from Breakfast Daily. On that note, let us check this documentary of an episode with Mama.
For every mother, we pray for our children. This one are for you. Mama, we love you.
With the children I had, times were very tough. Getting to a point in life, they were very, very tough because their father decided not to take care anymore. Reasons best known to him. And once I have the children, I have to make sure I take good care of them. That was my first priority.
Mothers. They are the heartbeat of every family, the silent force behind countless homes, the women whose sacrifices, strength, and unconditional love keeps families together through life's toughest moments. They rise before dawn and rest after everyone else has gone to sleep. Yet, they somehow find the energy to care for those around them, cooking, cleaning, nurturing, comforting, carrying burdens that often go unnoticed, and putting their own needs aside so their families can thrive. This Mother's Day, Channel One TV and City FM set out to honor these incredible women in a meaningful way, not only with gifts or celebrations, but through stories. Stories filled with truth, stories filled with emotion, stories that deserve to be heard. Tears flowed, memories returned, and heartfelt emotions filled the hearts of many as listeners from across the country shared touching stories about the women who transformed their lives. An episode with Mama is a special Mother's Day initiative by Channel One TV and City FM, created to celebrate mothers and maternal figures through the voices of the children they raised. The invitation was simple. Tell us about your mother, her sacrifices, her struggles, the difficult choices she made, and the love she continued to give no matter the circumstances. The response was extraordinary. Hundreds of entries came in from across Ghana, each one carrying stories of hardship, resilience, forgiveness, and unwavering devotion.
A memory, a sacrifice, a fun moment, a moment that came with pain that you healed from together with your mother, whatever it is, just share with us that moment, that memory, that episode. And then we'll go through. But beyond everything, it's an opportunity to celebrate your mother on a national platform. And of course, people sent in hundreds of entries. Look, it wasn't easy. And I know people will say, oh, how did you choose? But it also came down to how people wrote their stories, how compelling they were. Some people sent in entries, but they weren't able to bring out the emotion that came with the story. Everybody here and our top 10, they were able to do that.
Mama, it's Mother's Day. I don't know what to do without you. Everybody's buying flowers. Everybody's making calls. I'm staring at your picture, crying in these walls. I try to be strong today.
From the many submissions received, 10 moving stories were shortlisted. Stories of mothers who endured hardship, women who faced life alone after losing their partners, mothers who sacrificed everything just to secure a brighter future for their children. For many participants, this was more than a contest. It was an opportunity to publicly say thank you, to honor the women who gave them their all. Some spoke through tears, others spoke with gratitude, but every story shared a powerful message, a profound appreciation for the women they proudly call mother.
I was just by my radio when I heard the episode or information on it on City FM, and I decided to surprise my mother-in-law, who is serving as my mother, on this special day. She has done a lot for me. I'm not her biological daughter, just a daughter-in-law, but the sacrifices that she has done for me is so much, and I want to celebrate it. One thing that stands out to me is when I was in Kumasi, she paid us a visit. On her way, she nearly had an accident. When she even came back, she didn't tell any of us about it, but she was limping. Well, we were asking ourselves, my husband and I, what is making her to limp? Until she got healed. That's when she told us that when she was going to buy a medicine for me, that's what happened to her.
She's taking care of a whole lot of people, and especially for last year, I was expecting, and I mean, we've had series of episodes, and just around, she and my little sister, my backbone, they've been always coming home with food, cooking for me, I mean, keeping me company because I was asked to stay home. And then suddenly, one day she went to church, my senior brother called me, Molly is gone. How? So we had to call mommy home. She came to meet a dead daughter. I asked her, mommy, so how was she when she said Molly was sleeping. And like, you know, having a pregnant daughter, planning for the funeral of your lost daughter, it was difficult. The family kept asking, where's Catherine? Where's Catherine? But she gave them excuses so that they wouldn't know what was happening in my life. And then after the funeral, she took care of me. I mean, still cooking, coming home. And then, I mean, even though we eventually lost the grandchild, I felt last year was quite a tough year for her. And so I'll just use this opportunity to thank her and appreciate her. She's been through a lot, and yeah. Thank God for her life.
I actually intend to write a story about my mom. So I always listen to City FM. So when I heard the news about the program, initially I declined. But on Wednesday, while going to work, Bernard Avle was speaking about it. I was like, okay, let me just give it a try. So after work on Wednesday, I decided to just write something, and here I am.
Freme Dunyame, head of events and partnerships at Channel One TV.
For them as well.
Among the many touching entries, 3 stories stood apart. Stories of extraordinary mothers whose sacrifices knew no boundaries. Women who gave everything they had simply to see their children succeed and smile.
When I lost my dad, I was just 12 years then. That was 27 years ago. And then we have 5 children. I'm the last one. I was in JHS 1 at the time. And we were all in school. My big brother was in Polytechnic. And how she was going to use her fees to take care of us, I have no idea how she did it. All I remember was she would go to the schools that we were in to talk to the administration that she's the only one taking care of us. So on a monthly basis, when they pay her, she just distributes her salary across the various schools. And that was how she took care of us all throughout. I don't know. I was never sacked from school. It's not that I was comfortable, but I knew that Mom had spoken to authorities and there was no way they would send me home because I had not paid my fees. And 27 years now, we've all been through tertiary and God has been good. She's 73 years and if you see her, you won't believe it. She's been through so much. And every day that I get the opportunity, I say she's done so much for us. And I thank God for her life because if it had not been her, I don't know where we would be. God bless you. I'm sure.
I had admission to go to secondary school. That was somewhere 2005. And by then, my dad had just completed his building, and his building was demolished. And it was demolished. So it became a very difficult moment for him. And so my only option was that I needed to go and learn a trade or something. But my mom, who has never been to school before, told us that her only hope is that we would all be able to complete secondary school. So I don't know how she made it, but I was able to go to secondary school. After that, I got admission to university. And by then, I'd saved a little money. I went to school 2 years down the line. I didn't have any money, so I had to defer. I called her and told her that I wanted to defer, and she said no, but there will be a way. So I was in school one day when she called and said she's coming to campus. So I thought, oh, okay, she's bringing the school fees. So she came, as naive as I was, I took her to the account office, only for me to see her go down on her knees and started crying. I mean, that was a very difficult moment because I'd never seen such love before. It was tough. She pleaded for me. She cried. I broke down. Luckily, I was able to write, and because of that gesture, I've always wanted to make her proud. I went ahead to do my master's, I charter, and I'm currently doing my law degree. So I just want to tell her that I really love her. If not for that sacrifice, I wouldn't have gone through.
Pa, because baby another time papa ni jinano kasa bi ani hwa na oka wote me so me pesa kola ne school ntina de ese me bujire me ho bibia me wo bi ese mitimi ton sa tam de akola ne school me ton ye na do university ne so na ni da so ni baby because me ne bibia even you kasa me fantoma ba kokora amla na uma miska na me ni bi ti de me timi aya ne se me kola me kopacho me barka chance mama ha ya nya ne sa o na me se me de me ya ne sa nya me be kire ti me bo mpa ya me koya me bu nkotodwe pia papa no hwe me din no se mama de so me ma ba na chiro me da na se na me sore nti eye nya me.
Edith Iwo shared a painful journey marked by rejection and isolation, experiences that once made her feel alone and unwanted. Yet, even through those painful moments, the strength and enduring power of a mother's love remained undeniable.
Mommy, so will I go to school? School day boy. No fefunya roku school. 1 week. 2 weeks. So mommy, will I go back to school? Then I'll tell her, Kate, Nyabuta, you will go back to school. Nina Yabase in Pipe. We pray a lot for your children. A time comes when you're going to church. Kate, Mama, you. Kate will put on the black chalowote.
The funeral one.
Funeral one. Not the lace. I check.
Which part?
You were asking which part? Or the black lace, or the bosso ends too. Not the sandals. Sandals. So there, the sandals be no honey. Then Kate will put it on. Now most of me chow. Now missing each na Yukuchapel. A time comes I became a laughing stock of the area. Na yetesano. I became a laughing stock. Do kukra atakwa na mishemitsikuchapel. I became a laughing stock. The mama mi jai chapel. Because that green dress. Ona na mzabaka kasrake to school. Ona na mzaboko chapel with my green scarf. Na mabambo move makoko na mzanana. Then people will be talking. People will be saying all sort of things. Remember mbucha picture ni bi. Oh, obitum kwa to me party will fear. Coming there, they would tell me that Mama mbucha picture ni bi. Why? Because Mama say. Oh, would you jinan chain? Oh, jinan chain. Na man be trippy. Photo. Ah yes. Then March I'm a member. So you na yet the same house. Mo from ogumi wonyina. So first no na me a party. E madam mo from ni na wo ba. Mo kunna oye mo free ho na papa. I don't know. So maybe it was jealousy or whatever. Every time wanting to work. Onye ma me ba ya basa da ma mbra na moro. And it got to a point na our dem mama stay out. She shouldn't come and help. And no namdo Emma Missy Jai. Could you believe that Mabatinif, I started a Maria Pan, Maria Bakery now, pastries now. Within a month, all those that are there, watch in Zamanina, Obiaje. Mrotopano, my husband could stop someone who's selling bread on the street and say, "Hey, brother, Brana Minto Bisu Marcus and move to Japan." Wow. So, what was going on? I did not understand. Then eventually, nowadays, you break. And we separated as married couples. We separated because also it's a lucrative job. I'm a beautiful girl or a beautiful woman. People would, because it was a facility, America administrator. A lot of people will be coming there, event center, I will cook for them. That sort of thing. And this man did that. Yes, a pretty. It's a separation woman and also that. Wow, her answer. I'm sure from me. Make us a number from the last one was 5 years. Wow. So how was I going to do it? You're asking me more. Sometimes I would sleep and go and touch them on the bed. Whether they are still breathing. Because they've gone hungry for about a week. Oh, wow. I would pray, get up, pray, and go and touch them on the bed. Are my children still alive? Then, if an opawina was sorry, then I give thanks to God and ask God to help me through the day. Lord, what am I going to do for these children throughout the day? Then the Lord Himself.
So was there any point that help came?
Help came from God.
As a reward for their inspiring stories and resilience, the top 3 winners received an all-expense-paid weekend getaway at the African Regent Hotel in addition to their hampers and gifts.
There are different hampers here. So third place gets 2 full pieces of GTP cloth. Full pieces or full piece, know what that means. With some gifts from Tekura. Second place gets 3 pieces, 3 full pieces of GTP cloth, and then some gifts from Tekura. And then the first place gets 5 full pieces of GTP cloth. and then some gifts from Takura. And all of them, all the mothers, get an all-expense paid weekend stay at the African Regent Hotel. And so this one is in particular order. In third position, we have, drumroll, Kwabna Owusu Yeboah and Madam Florence Safwa. Congratulations to you. Congratulations. Mrs. Marakuchiano and Mama Agnes Kweju in second place. 3 pieces of GTP cloth, some gifts from Takura, and an all-expense paid weekend at the African Regent Hotel. And as it stands, we know who the first position is. Catherine Ewu and Mama Edith Ewu, first position. Congratulations to you. 5 pieces of GTP cloth, full cloth, some gifts from Takura, and of course, an all-expense paid weekend stay at the African Regent Hotel.
Excitement and emotion filled the air as the winners arrived at the African Regent Hotel and experienced the surprises prepared for them throughout the weekend.
As for her, she's always working. Even when I told her she was supposed to come and spend a week, she said, hey, you know how they are. Even at her age, she's still taking care of kids. So she's thinking of how she will leave the kids at home and all that. But don't worry, I will get a routine for her and I'll make sure she has a good stay when she comes.
Me massage kakla. Na me dwale kakla. Na me didi. Na mada. Because if you choke follow sabi kalisa oti afi anana follow fi ti me massage na me dwale na me didi ana mada. The 3 days no be kona I come
coming to rest. In fact, I'm tired. Honestly. Bad bro. So if I've gotten this opportunity, I have to make good use of it.
There's something deeply beautiful about watching the people who once sacrificed everything for your happiness finally experience joy themselves. To see the women who cried silently, who prayed through difficult nights, who carried heavy burdens without complaint, finally smile. And that is the heart of an episode with Mama. A celebration of resilience, a reminder of the importance of family, an experience of love, gratitude, and honor, and above all, a reminder to every mother that her sacrifices will never be forgotten.
I want to say thank you to City FM, thank you to all the sponsors. We really appreciate this. We are so much grateful, and we hope that it continues, and we also hope that this story inspires upcoming mothers and families. Yeah.
But by His grace, I've been able to pass through, and now I'm happy, more happy given what you've done to me today. So I really thank you very much, City FM. I thank you again, and I'll continue thanking you again till I die. God bless you all.
We've been crying because the Lord has been good. I mean, God bless everybody from start to end. I mean, brought us all the way here to have this getaway. We are most grateful, and it's an experience we are never going to forget.
An episode with Mama is powered by Channel 1 TV and City FM with sponsorship from GTP and support from Takura. Happy Mother's Day to mothers everywhere.
Wow. That's a very touching documentary there. And yeah, congratulations to all the mothers. And thank you to each and every one of you that sent in your entries to City 97.3 FM for an episode for Mama's promotion. Wow.
So there's a message coming in here from engineer Mahama. You know, he's lost his mom. And he says that I'm watching your documentary because I miss my lovely mom because of her sacrifice she did for me. He sent me a picture of him crying. And he says that my mom suffered too much. Good morning to you, Engineer Mahama. I want to say the mothers have really done well.
And on that note, please...
We appreciate our mothers.
On that note, please, let's appreciate our mothers while they're alive. Yeah. And also, please try to help them. And let's also realize that they are human beings. And in as much as they carry so much burden, everybody's burden, let us also try to be of help, give them grace, and share the love that we have for them while they are alive.
Yesterday, there was one I saw on CNR. Actually, a woman who has all siblings, male, all of them, sort of crippled. And she's taking care of all of them. Wow. Tells you the kind of stress she goes through. Actually, the person who gave birth to the children is passed on. And she has taken up this particular role.
Well, she's the mother.
She's the mother in Sunyani. And when I was watching the report, I was like, wow. Wow. You know, she can't, they are living beings. So you can't run away from these children. So mothers are really doing a lot. A very good morning to my mom and to my wife as well. And they are really doing a lot. They are really, really doing a lot. So the next time we open the entries, please make sure that you'd be able to get something for your man. Bring in the stories, because this one I saw, the woman who, so this is exactly what I was talking about yesterday. So this is the woman, all 5, crippled, all 5. And they are supposed to take care of these people, feed them. Imagine they use in the washroom, have to clean them. Because you can't say that you're going to stay without them. So I want to say a very good morning to all our mothers. We appreciate you, and we pray for strength and longevity for all of you. All mothers, potential mothers. It's a very sad one.
Yeah, very, very sad one.
Take a quick break here. When we come back, we have a conversation for you on the show as 100 years for Princess Marie-Louise Hospital here in Accra. Stay with us. We're back with more on the show.
June to 19 July, everything can wait. The FIFA World Cup 2026. Catch all 104 matches from as little as 98 Ghana cedis live on SuperSport, only on GoTV.
Rejection can shake your confidence. But what if it's not a denial? What if it's redirection? On Lifeline this week, we're talking about how to handle rejection without losing yourself.
Why is it that when I have rejection, it gets to my heart?
When it interrupts your plan, that's painful. But even more, it challenges your sense of value, your sense of belonging, your identity. You needed to get here, and to get here, maybe you needed to get married. To get married, you need to propose to a lady. And so that's what you went ahead to do. And you were rejected at that point. That rejection is not saying that you're not meant to be married necessarily.
Right.
It is saying this is not, it could be saying this is not the door for you.
Right.
Join Bishop Fred Crunchy-Mensah and his guest Eunice Osei-Tutu this Tuesday at 10 p.m. only on Channel 1 TV.
grateful that you stayed with us here on Breakfast Daily on Channel 1 TV. We told you that we'll be having conversations on Princess Marie Louise Children's Hospital in Accra. It's 100 years anniversary. And in studio, of course, we have our very own Reverend Father Andrew Campbell, who is the advisory chairperson at Princess Marie Louise Children's Hospital. And we also have the medical superintendent of the Princess Marie Louise Children's Hospital, Dr. Mami Nyako. You're welcome, Reverend.
Thank you.
You're welcome,
Thank
Doc.
you.
How are we doing?
Fine,
Thank you.
100 years.
That's a lot of years.
That's a lot of years.
So it's a centenary.
Yes.
Yeah. 100 years, yeah.
And Reverend Campbell, let me start with you. For how long have you been with this hospital?
For 50 years. I came to Sacred Heart Parish in 1976, and the doctor from the hospital came down to see me and asked me would I help him. And I said yes, and I stayed with him until the present day. That's 50 years I've been with him all that time. And I've seen the hospital grow from strength to strength. At the beginning it was difficult. It was just those old buildings were there, built 100 years ago.
Yeah.
And they were putting up a new building. SCC were putting up a new building. It was just a structure that wasn't finished. And they had an old X-ray unit, a laboratory outside, and that was all. That was 50 years ago.
Wow.
But thank God things have changed, and we see it's changed a lot over those years.
Right. So when you say things have changed, what are we talking about? Are we talking about...
Too many children were dying. This used to upset me. You know, they were dying, and this is in the 70s, the late 70s, early 80s. You know, there were too many dying. And I used to get very sad when I saw these children, those with kwashiorkor. And I was very, very sad, and it would pain me to see these children coming in. But things have changed now. Now things have changed, and then we have that new wing was commissioned, and then another wing, another building for a surgical block. I built that one, and now we have surgery there now. So we've had all those facilities, but we need to do more. Because the facilities need renovation.
Okay, we'll come to the renovation bit. Dr. Mamiya, for how long have you been with the hospital?
19 years.
19?
Wow.
As a medical superintendent?
No.
So you were there as what before you rose to that level?
I went there as a pediatric specialist, and then I became a med sup in 2019.
So as the medical superintendent of the place, how many patients or children visit the facility in a day?
So we range between 100 to about 150 a day. Sometimes in peak periods we can go as high as about 190 to 200, but usually between 100 and 150 a day.
Is the facility under pressure?
I would say so, a bit.
Wow. So, Father Campbell, before we come to the challenges of this facility, let's talk about the success stories that you've been able to record in this facility. Tell us about some. You have been there for 50 years, so you should know most of the success stories the story that the hospital has actually recorded.
When at one stage, I just saw we were taking care of the medical cases, and there was, they didn't take care of the surgical cases. And that's when I decided to, let's build a surgical block. So I went begging. I literally went begging for money from different people.
Wow.
So we put up a whole surgical block with 2 theaters, ICU, emergency. So this has been a wonderful success. And I'm grateful to all the people who supported me putting this particular block up, to be able to help those children come in with broken bones and be able to do surgeries every week. This to me has been a great success.
All right. So what is actually the current capacity of the hospital?
110 beds. 110 beds.
And do we have like enough workers, enough doctors and nurses to actually take care of, you know, the amount of people that come
the
into
number
the
of people
hospital?
that will be coming there.
I would say no, because, I mean, there are standards, but we haven't met the standard yet. So we still need more doctors, more nurses, and then we need people from the allied health. So physiotherapists, speech and language, dietitians, yes.
Wow.
Laboratory staff, etc.
You need all that. But let's come to the challenges of this facility. We've seen pictures of the roof actually not in good shape. We've seen Panakamba actually wants to give you. Yeah, they're actually on the screen. So pictures of tell us about these challenges and how it's actually affecting your work as a hospital.
2021, the former Minister for Health, Dr. Ejiman Menu, he came on a visit there January. I remember early morning he came. We all had to go there early, around 8 o'clock in the morning he came, and he saw the state of the hospital and he was shocked. He was shocked. Something has to be done because the pillars were just, iron rods were shown, and it frightened me.
The irons were showing.
And I was frightened. And he was also frightened, but nothing has happened. Nothing has happened. These are the main pillars holding the building up.
Ooh.
And this building is only 50 years old. 50 years old.
Wow.
And this is what worries me. If anything should happen. And the minister at that time was really, you know, he was shocked when he saw it. Let's do something quickly. But that's 5 years ago. But nothing has happened. Nothing has happened. And you look, when you walk around inside, you know, you need, you know, the electrical, the plumbing, roofing, a lot.
The roofs are leaking?
It's leaking, yes. We have to put buckets there to take the water. Yeah. Over in the old building where the kitchen is, which is 100 years old, I mean, the roofing has to be changed. You know, there's a lot to be done, and we haven't got the resources. So, you know, we're begging for help, assistance. We're asking the government to please come back and help us. They should come in and assist us. They've talked, they've been there, they've been a few times, such and such, but nothing has happened. So we decided on our own to start an endowment fund. So we're going around begging people to help us so we can go to, these leakages and these pillars and the rest. It's shocking. It's just shocking. You can see the pictures here. Look, you know, and we don't have the cash to do that. We don't have it. So this is the problem. When the rain comes, the leakages and the electrical, and then it affects the equipment, all of this. So everybody's affected by it. And yet nothing is happening. Nothing is happening. And that's 5 years now since the minister came to inspect the building.
Wow. Dr. Nyako, if I may ask, how are you able to generate funds for the hospital?
So, I mean, we don't generate a lot of funds, basically because about 80% of our clients are on the National Health Insurance. It's only about 20% who are paying cash. And even with them, we actually encourage them to be on the health insurance, especially if the child has a chronic disease. And as we all know, the National Health Insurance tariffs are not very high. And so even trying to pay for what we have used in taking care of the children is a big challenge. So we are unable to generate enough funds to be able to maintain the facility or make major renovations or even buy new equipment. Most of the ones that we've had are all from generous donors.
Okay, so benevolent individuals and donors, yeah. So that means it's either you are depending solely on the government or on benevolent individuals and organizations.
All right. So what are some of the materials that you actually need when you said they actually donated some to you? So what are some of the ones that you need right now?
So right now we do have beds that are broken, a few beds that are broken. We need a lot of computers because, as you know, our health system is solely electronic now, and so we need to always maintain it. And sometimes we have a lot of, we have staff who have seen patients and we have fewer computers. So somebody is waiting for someone to finish entering their notes before they go on to, and that delays patient care. We also need some lab equipment. We need another anesthesia machine. We got one donated by the Garmanche Foundation, but we need one for our second theater as well. And more importantly, like Father said, we need to do something about our plumbing and our electrical system, because we don't want a situation where we bring new equipment and then because of the electrical problems, it destroys us. We need a sterilizing unit, we call it CSSD equipment, to help sterilize the equipment that they use for the theater as well.
Right, right. So it's a children's hospital only, right?
Yes.
Okay. So that means mothers don't come there to give birth and things?
No, mothers don't come there to give birth, but we have a few services that we provide for adults. For instance, our dental unit, we have a family planning unit. We also have eye and ENT services that adults can attend. And then we have a family-centered HIV clinic, so children and their parents can attend that clinic.
Wow, interesting. Now, 100 years. How are you commemorating it? Let's start with you, Father Campbell.
On Friday, the 26th of June, 10 o'clock in the morning, we're starting our celebrations at PML Hospital. So we have a whole function that day celebrating 100 years. And we invited all our donors and our friends and members of government to come and join with us as we give thanks to God for 100 years. It's a very special occasion. So that day is a special day for us. We also have other activities for the rest of the year. Like we'll have our Christmas party for our children. We'll have homecoming from the doctors and nurses. All those who worked in PML Hospital over the years, they'll come back, have a special day welcoming them back. And also Dr. Cecily William Record, her lectures. That's later on in the year. You know, Dr. Cecily Williams was the one who coined the word, kwashiorkor. She was the one that said, kwashiorkor was the disease of deposed child. You know, that the child that was born was depriving the first child of food. So there was lack of nutrition. So we commemorate her every year. And she's done so much for us. We look towards it, certainly as a great example. So we've all of those planned for the rest of the year. And hoping that we'll get some people who are looking in this morning and saying, I want to help you, I want to assist you. Because when we were building the surgical block, people came and they supported us. I know I went around knocking on doors. I went around contractors, contractors and benefactors, people I didn't know. I went around to one contractor in Spintex Road. I didn't know him, but I put up the whole building. I got all the materials myself. I begged and begged, but I needed 3,500 blocks. Wow. And I said, where do I get 3,500 blocks? I don't know anybody in this business. So I went to this contractor, knocked at the door. He says, come in, sit down. I said, he was an Italian contractor. And they said, can I help you, Father? And I said to him, do you want to go to heaven? And he said, yes. I said, if you help me with 3,500 blocks, I'll put in a good word for you. I got my blocks.
Wow.
But I don't know where the man is now. But I went begging, literally begging, knocking on people's doors. And people helped me. People helped me. When I think of some of the big firms that gave us equipment and the rest, they were wonderful. Wow. So we'll have to do the same. I hope through this medium that people will see. We need help. We need help to be able to through the endowment fund, to come. And so if anybody is watching us now and they want to go to heaven, contact me and I'll put in a good word for them. Because the Bible tells us, it's Psalm 41, that those who help the poor and the needy and others, that on a sick bed, I will raise them up and I will take care of them. So the Bible is full of passages that when you look after the poor and needy, God will bless you.
True.
So these are poor children. These aren't they're needy children who come to us. They are needy.
Yeah.
I mean, a child with kwashiorkor is a poor child, a needy child. You know, and we do have cases. We've got one more there, just especially just for kwashiorkor. So we'll be knocking on people's doors and hoping that people will come and help us to be able to renovate that hospital and be the hospital that we want it to be.
Well, Doc, I want to find out from you, is there no collaboration between yourself, that's Princess Marie-Louise, and the Weija Hospital, sort of taking over the Weija Hospital? Is there anything like that?
Not that I know of. Not that I know of.
Not that you know of. Because looking at the way your facility is, maybe you going to move to... But I know you've also been to the Weija Hospital before.
They're on my land.
Yeah, you're on your land. So another issue with the hospitals, that is the children's hospital there at Weija. I'm sure you've seen the facility before. What do you make of this facility? The fact that
it's a specialist hospital. I mean, when you see the equipment and the facilities there, it's a first-class hospital. So it's going to do a lot of good to a lot of children all over the country.
But it's not a pediatrician hospital.
It is.
Right.
But now it's not being operational, and the fact that people are also calling that it should be opened.
They promise in 3 weeks' time they'll open it.
But as they are your land, what will you say that should be done? Should they go according to their word and operationalize it, since we are having pressure on also on your outfit?
I mean, it's needed. It was supposed to be open last November, 12 months. And it's been idle for the past, since that time. So I'm hoping that their promise, they said in 3 weeks' time they'll open it. I hope and pray they'll keep their word. Because it's beautiful inside. I've been inside and I've seen.
Oh yeah, we've seen the video.
And it's beautiful. It's a beautiful hospital. And if we can keep up the standard there, this has been important. That keep it up. It certainly will help a lot of people. And it's specialized. And the equipment, I saw the equipment, MRI, all sorts of things. I said, it's beautiful.
How is this going to help your outfit if that particular hospital is operationalized by way of reducing pressure on you?
Oh, I think it would be very, very, very helpful, because we get a lot of patients coming from that side of town, from Kaswa and Weija, and we think that some of them, the outcomes are not good because of the distance, the traffic they have to travel through to get there. So definitely having a children's hospital there will serve the people that come from that side of town. And as a pediatrician, I just want to say that we really would love to have a children's hospital in every region. And that would do a lot for our children. Very, very important. Because often we are swallowed in the adults' clinics, and we are not an income generating department. We usually don't have money, and we depend a lot on others to support us. So it will do a lot for the people that we call the future of Ghana. It's not enough for us to just talk about it. We need to actually invest in them.
Wow.
Anyway, let us put back on the screen how we can actually support the Princess Marie-Louise Children's Hospital, and people can actually follow the steps.
Okay, so how we'll be able to support this particular facility. But if you can mention other contacts that people can call if maybe they want to assist you, they want to help you, or maybe they should come to the facility in Accra.
Oh, they can call us. They can call our PRO, Roxanne Obeng. His number is 054 508 4075. They can also call me and Father Campbell, as is shown on the screen. And they can donate towards our endowment fund. The Momo number is 053 880 88652. And then the Momo Pay is 734921. And we also have an APSA account at APSA Bank High Street. The account number is 0428115944. 431 PML Development Fund. So all these are channels that people can give.
Right. Wow. So you can actually donate monthly or actually do a one-time donation to the hospital. So they actually require equipment and support for needy children.
That's important. Thank you so much, Father Campbell.
I'm so grateful.
And thank you so much, Dr. Nyako, for coming. And we also, one of these days, we'll make a visit to the facility to see how it is actually going to look. And I want to say that congratulations, 100 years. You've stayed in the 16s for 100 years. And you've been able to manage this facility devoid of the challenges, leaking roofs and all of that. But Father Campbell, let me end with you. The fact that there are promises from the government, like you said, the health minister was there, Ajiman Menu was there were promises that were given, it wasn't fulfilled. How does it make you feel?
I'm a little disappointed. You know, it's the only children's hospital in Ghana, you know, and it's taking care of all the children from all over. They come from all over. Let's take care of our children. You know, I want the government to do more. And as doctor says, there should be one children's hospital in every region. You know, the children need specialized care. Specialized care. And when I see them in PML hospital, in the emergency room, you see so many coming and, you know, hardly any room, you know, everybody's working with the sick children. You know, more should be done. And I'm hoping and praying, you know, that the government will do more to help us in this hospital to be able to be what it should be, That's what I'm hoping and praying. And that this anniversary will awaken them. Let's help the hospital, let's do more. Let's come in and do all this renovation for us. That's what I'm hoping and praying. And then all the friends of the hospital, friends of, you know, PML, that they'll also come and rally behind us and say, look, you know, you're doing so much, we'll come and help you. You know, we've been doing it. That building, that surgical block, that went up all through private donations, equipment, private donations, all that. People helped us. So we can do the same again. But I'm hoping the government will come in and help us more than that. Since 21 that we've been talking about it.
Well, thank you so much, Reverend Father Andrew Campbell, Advisory Board Chair for the Princess Marie Louise Children's Hospital, and also Dr. Mamiya Nyako, Medical Superintendent to the Princess Louise Marie Children's Hospital in Accra, celebrating 100 good years of existence. We will take a quick break here, bring you a musical interlude.
Can I say thank you to all our donors?
Feel free.
I want to say thank you. You know, we wouldn't be what we are without them. They've been a great support over the years, the people coming and assisting. I know I'm a beggar priest. I've been begging since I came to Ghana, you know, but not for me, And I see the children coming into PML hospital, skinny, bony, you know, you think they're going to die. And yet, after a few weeks, you see them running home. You know, so many miracles have happened in that hospital. So many, all because donors and others have come to help us to do what we're doing there. So I want to say thank you to all our donors, our benefactors, our friends, all who have helped us. I'm so grateful and ask you to continue to help us. And if you want to go to heaven, I'll put in a good word.
Please support. All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Reverend Father Andrew Campbell, who's an advisory board chair at the Princess Marie Louise Children's Hospital, and Dr. Mamiya Nyako, a medical superintendent at the Princess Marie Louise Children's Hospital. Thank you so much. It was really nice having this conversation. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for us to take a musical break. And when we come back, we will be discussing sports, but do not forget to donate.
Ooh.
yo yo. Whoa yo 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 yo. Whoa yo. Whoa. Champion. Here comes the champion. You ready for the champion? Here comes the champion. Put the mic in my man. Champion. Here comes the champion. You ready for the champion? Here comes the champion. With the mic in my man. From me born, me did a star girl. Me always knew me would I take over the whole world. See me me become the it girl. Now everywhere me go, them and them give me diamonds and pearls. Lord, me did I kill them. The girl them wind up on them until them have children. Me pretty looks I put them and them in a problem. But make them turn that and they come in I want none of them. None of them, me no want none of them. The way they chat them out, they quickly put me in a trend. Me no want no squalor, no time for them boys. Them boys in a trend, put me in a trend. They want to snap a picture and I go on like we a friend. Make us scream and holler, no time for them boys. Them boys, champion. Here comes the champion. You ready for the champion? Here comes the champion. With them again, I'm a champion. Here comes the champion. You ready for the champion? Here comes the champion. With them again, I'm a from me band. Them they vex cause they know me are the boss. Them they vex cause I me have the sauce. Me have the whole of them ballin', whoa yo yo, they could never cross. Them bow down cause they know me are the boss. Them not like that I me have the sauce. But them can't stop screaming, whoa yo yo yo. Here comes the champion. You ready for the champion? Here comes the champion. With them I can me on. Champion, here comes the champion. You ready for the champion? Here comes the champion. The mic in me on. Here comes the champion. You ready for the champion? Here comes the champion. With the mic in me on. Champion, here comes the champion. You ready for the champion? Champion with the mic in me yeah. Wine up on the Monday, grind up on the Monday, wine up on the Monday. Grind up when the party lit and you just can't sit. Wind your waist and hip. Everybody say hey ya, hey ya, hey ya. It's a party with the man them. When the music drop and you just can't stop. Everybody say hey ya, hey ya, hey ya. It's a party with the man them. Make me take this further. Me no want no nerd, ya. 1 minute man I serve ya. Inna the bed him a fi know how fi murder. Fill it up like burger. Make me body work like a server. Big spender, big earner. Me no want no one burner. When the record spin it make us sing a ooh ah ooh. Me mashing up the place when the party lit and you just can't sit. Wind your waist and hip. Everybody say hey ya, hey ya, hey ya. It's a party with the man them. When the music drop and you just can't stop. Everybody say hey ya, hey ya, hey ya. It's a party with the man them. Watch how me wine with it. Watch how me grind with it. Watch how me mash it up. Give me the money, make me stash it up. Yeah. Wine your waist and hip. Everybody say, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya. It's a party with the man them. When the music drop and you just can't stop. Everybody say, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya. It's a party with the man them. Yeah. Thank you. When the party lit and you just can't sit, wind your waist and hip. Everybody say, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya. It's a party with the man there. When the music drop and you just can't stop. Everybody say, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya. It's a party with the man there.
June to 19 July, everything can wait. The FIFA World Cup 2026. Catch all 104 matches, as little as 58 Ghana cedis, live on SuperSport, only on DSTV.
Daily audio, daily audio, kama fat, רק להגיד לך, יהיה בסדר. Chiquito, 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 chiquito.
My guest is coming all the way from Israel. She's a virtuosa violinist. Clearly, she's a brilliant vocalist. She wrote this song herself. She's a composer.
We're going to do shakshuka, which is a very traditional meal in Israel. This olive oil is from Israel.
Ooh.
It's from the Galilee. It's in the north of Israel, and it's very, very good. Israel is known for olive oil, so I'm going to put some for the cooking. I love shooting videos, by the way, in the desert. I love just showing different sides of Israel with my music.
ועוד ריקוד, כל הלילה לפנינו, אור מאיר חזק חזק, כל מה שחשוב זה שני כל רגע מתאהבת, עולם גבוה, חולמת, מתמסרת, לא מתפשרת.
What's Cooking is brought to you by Everpack, Tasty Tom, and Electroland Ghana Limited.
In a nation full of questions, where truth often hides behind noise, one show dares to ask what truly matters face to face. With fearless clarity and a quest for accountability, host Umaru Sanda Amadou sits down with the movers and shakers of politics, governance, society, and business, confronting the issues that define our national conversation.
Yes, I am Umaru Sanda Amadou. This is Face to Face, and you're welcome.
I say very often on the floor of Parliament that when we were in government, we got some things right, we got some things wrong.
Are you still planning to go to Parliament, or you want to look at National Party office position?
No, I'll be going back to Parliament. There's an unfinished business which I need to do.
Sports has three legs: development, management, and promotion.
Disintegration is extreme. We do not wish that even on your worst enemy.
Every Tuesday at 9 p.m., join Umaru Sanda Amadou on Face to Face as he digs deeper, challenges power, and reveals the stories shaping Ghana's future. Only on Channel One TV.
Welcome to The Point of View. This is your favorite current affairs show here on Channel One Television. On The Point of View, we pick the right topics, get the right guests, and ask them relevant questions on issues that matter to you.
With the complexities of the issues happening around us on a daily basis, it's the hard-hitting conversations and the probing questions of the point of view.
So what is the Public Account Committee's job?
So what we do is to scrutinize, clarify, and find out why certain infractions have been made.
What do these IMF programs try to do?
The current program is for budget support.
Okay.
There are no projects attached.
That teases apart the twisted entanglements of politics and governance, as well as religious and social discourse. The Point of View brings you the policymakers and duty bearers and drills down to the very bottom of issue.
What authority do you have?
The Point of View airs every Monday and Wednesday at 9 p.m. only on Channel 1 TV.
This
All right, you're welcome back. It's still Breakfast Daily right here on Channel 1 TV. And now it's time for us to get into some sports. And of course, we have the man here, the tallest man in the building, I think, and one of the bowed heads in the building. So, Yao Min Sa.
One of the two shiny
two
heads.
shiny heads.
You just had to go there.
Yeah.
You just had to go there.
Two shiny head too. No, shiny head too.
No, shiny brother.
Shiny brother.
One of the shining brothers.
Yeah, one of the shining brothers. Yeah. That works. That works.
Shining
Hi.
brother.
Yo, Charlie, my people.
So what do you have for us today?
Oh, yes. A lot, because a lot happened over the weekend in sports. And before we get into that, I need to do a bit of a preview to a big competition that's coming up later this week, and that's the African Seniors Athletics Championships. That will take place at the University of Ghana Stadium in Legon from May 12, that's tomorrow, to May 17. And some of the top athletes in Africa will descend to Ghana and to compete in the competition. And it's a free competition, free gate. So let's move over to the University of Ghana.
So when you say free competition, what does that mean?
Free gate, I mean.
What does that mean?
Free gate, I mean, there won't be any charges at the gate.
It's not ticketed?
No tickets, nothing. So
it's going to be open?
Yeah, it's going to be open. So just walk to the University of Ghana Stadium from tomorrow to watch some of the best athletes on the continent compete. And Ghana will be fully represented in there, particularly in the sprint event. We'll have our usual top guys in the Abdul Rashid Saminu, the likes of Joseph Paul Amoa will be competing.
Azamati is missing.
Azamati is missing. He through injury.
Yeah.
And last week, Friday, on Sports Panorama, we had Abdul Saminu in the studio.
Okay.
And we had a little chat with him regarding his tweet about...
Has it been addressed?
Yes, it has been addressed, according to him, but he didn't go into details regarding that issue, regarding what he believed as unfair treatment from the sports ministry to the sprinters compared to the Black Stars, obviously. And so, yeah, he also stated that Azamati won't be able to participate in the competition through injury. And he added that Azamati had an injury during the time that they competed in Gaborone in Mozambique a couple of weeks ago, where they got the qualification to next year's World Championship. They sealed that qualification, and that he was nursing an injury, but he managed to pull through and help Ghana qualify. So after we sealed qualification, he had to address that particular injury. So Azamati won't be competing in the championship that runs from May 12 to May 17. So that's the update on that particular issue. But yes, athletics is huge in Ghana. We should move over to the University of Ghana Stadium to support these guys because yes, they say they've addressed the issue.
How many days?
5 days, May 12 to May 17. They say they have addressed the issue, but it goes beyond just this competition. It should be a bit consistent and it should be a bit sustained. That's what needs to be done because yes, you come and compete, you get something and you go. And after that, you don't get anything from the government, you don't get any kind of support from the federation. That's a bit of a challenge because athletics is an individual sport. So it's just you. It's just you and maybe your coach and maybe your physical trainer. Aside that, it's just you. And once you do not have, let's say, an endorsement or a sponsorship deal from a sports company or a brand organization, it's going to be very difficult for you to be able to raise money to sustain your upkeep because there are nutritional demands that you need to sustain. You can't eat anything and everything. You need to
Your protein intake needs to be high.
Yes, it's different. You need to be in the gym consistently. You need to be working out. All of those things, it costs money. And so if you are not an ambassador for a company, it's going to be difficult for you to be able to train consistently and get in shape when the tournaments come around. Because if you are not having any money coming through and you are not training, when the tournament comes around, how would you be able to excel for you to be able to make money to ensure that you get yourself at the top level to continue being excellent? So it's a bit of a dicey issue. Luckily, Azamati has a bit of endorsement from Oakley. That's why you see him wearing those glasses. It's not for show. I've heard people call him Spaceman and all that stuff. It's because he's an ambassador for Oakley, an eyewear, sports eyewear company,
glasses,
running glasses. And Saminu recently got signed up to ASICS.
ASICS is good.
Yeah, ASICS is good. The footwear company, sports footwear company. So
but
yeah, they'll be
that
getting
is also to say that
some money in there. And so yeah, that's a bit of good news.
But that is also to say that we need more African sports brands.
Yeah, there was AFA.
Yes.
Yeah, there was AFA.
So now AFA now is focused on Nigerian basketball.
Oh, okay. Yes.
So they wanted to do Africa, but a lot of people didn't understand
the whole concept. They didn't buy into it.
Yeah, because they are not Nike, they are not Puma. Because I worked with them a bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I brought them here. People love their gear, but the sports, the people,
because
in there they're like, it's not Nike.
It's not Nike.
It's not Puma.
It's not Puma. It's not Under Armour. It's not New Balance.
It's not from
it takes a while
because it's African.
Yeah,
so they didn't understand.
But it needs to be sustained. That's what I mean by the sustenance. Because now look at the Chinese cars all over town.
It's all over.
It's all over town. The EV cars, electric vehicle cars, it's all over town.
It's all over.
But it took years. They kept going at it. They kept going at it. There's this infamous video of Elon Musk, who is the owner of Tesla.
Yeah.
Literally laughing in an interview about BYD, a Chinese EV car. This was 2011. Have you seen their cars? It's terrible.
But BYD
he was
everywhere
literally
now.
laughing. Last year, BYD overtook Tesla as the world's biggest producer of EV cars.
Wow.
So it has to be sustained. It can't be touch and go. It has to be sustained. And that's where Africa tends to fall short. That's where Ghana sports, when it comes to the other sports discipline, fall short. The level of sponsorship, the level of financial input is not consistent and it's not sustained.
It's low.
And that's why we do not get the best out of these guys. And the sad part is most of them are individual sports. That for me is the critical point. You do not need $1 million to have these guys compete. You don't need it. The most you need $30,000.
So do you think that
and they can compete because it's individual. It's individual.
So do you also think it's time for say companies to start also investing in them or sponsoring them?
Yeah.
Companies that are not into sports.
Yeah.
Because in other places I've seen the banks jumping on basketball.
Zenith Bank, for instance.
Zenith Bank is in basketball. UBA is in basketball in Nigeria. First Bank own a team in Nigeria. So do you think it's time for, say, banks, companies to put money into these young people?
They do, but the thing is,
invest in them,
it's policy. So all these companies, you see them directing money to the Black Stars World Cup fund. right now. All of them are literal because that's where the attention is. But if you are the sports ministry, we have a competition coming up in Ghana that's going to be hosted in Ghana.
So you have to decenter sports.
At least direct some of those companies that, okay, especially the smaller ones that who didn't bring substantial amount of money, like let's say engineers and planners. They pledged $5 million, and so far they've redeemed $2 million of it. How many companies can cover $5 million? Some of the companies that have contributed to the Black Stars Fund, they are paying like 500,000 Ghana cedis. That kind of money, you can talk with them that, okay, per the amounts we are receiving, yours, it doesn't catch up. So you know what? Let's direct you to the Ghana Athletics, where there's a competition coming up, and we can use this kind of fund to sponsor the team and give you as much mileage as possible, rather than you going into the Black Stars contribution fund, where the mileage for your company
is very tiny,
will be next to none.
Yeah.
You get it? So it's about, that's where leadership comes in. That's where leadership, it's about strategizing.
So yeah,
so unfortunately,
I think we lack the strategy.
Yes, unfortunately we missed out. And that's why I always say this about being intentional. We weren't intentional. Everything is just booga, like, yeah, let's go, haphazard, let's do it. But he has to be intentional, it has to be planned. Unfortunately, we missed out on that. So, yeah, but that's the wrap on athletics. But make your way to the University of Ghana Stadium from May 12 to May 17. Let's go cheer out our boys.
Any schedule? Because I'm thinking
yes,
of
in the mornings and in the evenings. In the afternoons, the athletes will get to rest because some of them compete in multiple sports, multiple events. So in the afternoons, yeah, they take a break, and on top of that, it will be brutally hot anyway. So yes, in the mornings between 7 and 10, then later in the afternoon between 4 and 6. So yes, you can make your way to the University of Ghana Stadium to catch all these top level athletes compete. Now moving over to football, and yes, Black Stars are in the news, but this time it's not the team, but it's the players who are in the news. Unfortunately, this past weekend, some bad stuff happened. No, not some bad stuff. Some unfortunate news happened. The DIU's team has been relegated from the Dutch Premier Division, the Dutch Eredivisie. That's NAC Breda. They've been officially relegated. And it's not just the DIU in the NAC Breda team. There's also Kamal Sowa. He's made a couple of appearances for the Black Stars. There's also Dennis Odoi. He played with the Black Stars at the last World Cup in Qatar. So all of them play for NAC Breda, and their team has been relegated.
So what does that mean for them?
Oh, yeah, what does that mean for them? I mean, yeah, it means critical questions, because for the DIU, he struggled to get a team in the first place. And so now that his team has been relegated, you just ask yourself, is he going to be able to get another top-level team to compete in? For Dennis Odoi, same. I think he can just head over to Belgium because he spent several years there. And I think with his level of experience, yeah, he'll be able to find a team there. But with the DIU, would he be okay with, let's say, a move to, let's say, Belgium? Or would he be okay with a move to, let's say, a team in Portugal? Somewhere a bit on the lower side. So it depends on what he wants. But for now, yeah, the serious questions will be asked, and they will need to answer those questions regarding the next phase of their career.
What causes a team to be relegated?
I mean, you have to win games, and they didn't win enough games. And in the Dutch league, there are 18 teams in the league. The 18 team and the 17 team get relegated.
Does this affect the DIU's?
And they run 17 chances of making the Black Stars. Oh yeah, it does. I don't think it helps because at the end of the day, yeah, you needed your team to stay up to have a good argument
for the Black Stars.
For the Black Stars to make a good argument. But here's the thing: the main issue was he got into the NAC Breda team.
A lot of people are praying against the DIU.
Oh, no, they're not praying against the DIU. But the thing is, it is what it is. I mean, You
I feel
got
like
it.
it's getting more difficult for him. As
Yeah,
he moves on.
it's
It's getting
difficult
more
for him.
difficult for him. Like, so people that are vouching for him, like, I am here trying to vouch for him. It gets difficult.
One day they are unity.
No, see,
It's
because-
experience.
I want him
See,
to be in the
because-
scene.
because-
I feel like you shouldn't
Kyle.
miss out on this.
Because you are, 36 years old, you struggle to get a team, you finally got a team, and you couldn't help them to stay up. They've been relegated
But it
now.
takes a team.
True, but individually, you've played 16 games and you scored just 1 goal.
Okay.
So the argument doesn't add up.
I'm really trying, but now I don't know what
the
to
argument
say.
doesn't stack up. So yeah,
But can he be part of the team, like just to go and give the boys morale?
there can be no freebies.
Yeah.
There can be no freebies. Look, we need see that's the thing.
But he can go there, all expenses paid, by himself, and he can get access to the camp.
Of course.
And speak to the boys. And even give them some morale.
That's the reason. That's what Stephen Appiah and Asamoah are there for.
And he can join them.
For what?
can be part of them.
But
you know, they didn't know how.
You don't want the guy. You don't want the guy to.
I don't understand. He doesn't want them to be part of them.
Point is, point is.
He doesn't want them to be close to him.
No, point is, the Dayu has a divisive figure.
No, that's your perspective.
Yeah. And per what I have seen, per what I have read, per what I have heard, he is a divisive personality.
Okay.
And so, in that sense, if he has no business with the Black Stars,
he shouldn't be there.
He shouldn't be part of the Black Stars. And still on the Black Stars, and a bit of more disappointing news on the Black Stars. Kwesi Sibo, who is also our midfielder, his team got relegated, and Real Oviedo from the Spanish La Liga. And so that's also a bit of disappointing news coming in from the Black Stars. I even did a reel last week and highlighted how concerning it is that we are heading into the World Cup and quite a significant number of our players, the teams they play for, aren't faring too well. They are either battling relegation or, in the case of Kwesi Sibo and Dede Ayew, they've been already relegated. And that is a bit of a concern because our best performance at the World Cup, that was in 2010. Check the record of the players and the teams that they were playing for and how they performed. It had an influence on how we performed as a collective unit. Sule Muntari, for instance, he went into that World Cup after Inter Milan had won the treble. They won the Champions League, they won the Italian Cup, and they won the Italian Serie A title. You get it? You look at Dede Ayew, for instance. At that time, he, Ajiman Bedu, Samuel Lincoln,
the under 20.
They had won the under 20, 2009. And so there was momentum going into that tournament from an individual perspective and from a club perspective. So it all added up. But now it's a bit concerning. So it all adds up to the intrigue in connection to Ghana's World Cup campaign.
Is that on Francis B is back?
Francis Amuzu.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I think
you don't sound excited about that.
Yeah, because he was born in Belgium.
Francis Amu.
Yeah, he was Amuzu. Yeah,
okay.
He was born in Belgium and he was approached by Ghana to play for the Black Stars, and he said no, he doesn't. His mind is focused on making it to the Belgian national team. And then he got to realize that he's not making the Belgian national team.
And then
so recently, he reached out that, okay, I'm hoping to play for Ghana. And the last, the call-ups that were made for that Mexico game, he was included.
He's part.
And so in such instances, I don't have any issue because at the end of the day...
Abu Francis.
No, Francis Abu was the one who got injured.
Okay.
I'm talking about Francis in Japan, that Japan friend. I'm talking about Francis Amuzu.
What of the Abu guy?
No, he is on his way to return, but he won't make the World Cup.
Why?
I mean,
He's healing.
He got a broken fibula, double compound fracture.
He's still healing.
So yeah, he's still healing. So with Francis Amuzu, he made himself available, and Ghana still called him up. And in that case, there's nothing I can say or do because personally, I wouldn't call him up. Okay. But at the end of the day, the GFA felt like he was quality enough to still call him. And anything that is quality for the Black Stars, I'm all for it. So yes, that's the bit on the Black Stars.
Thank you so much. Your time is up.
Really?
Your time is up.
Oh, really?
Thank
I
you
have
so
to talk
much.
about Barcelona. Barcelona have won the La Liga.
That's right.
And
So,
Marcus Rashford scored a goal in the Clasico. So that's a classic Yeyu Baby Ako Baby. He was rejected by Man United. Very unhappy at the club. He moved over to Barcelona. And he's won a league title over there. And congratulations to Arsenal. Yeah, they won it. They are still on course to win the EPL title.
That's fine. I mean, thank you so much for your time. And what is a very good morning and happy birthday to Melrose Honey. May the Almighty Father bless you. This is coming from your friend, Paulus. I want to say a very, very good morning and also happy birthday to Mauli Dagadu, yes, of Unimac. He's with NAFTI. Yeah, he's a lecturer there and also a master's student at the University of Professional Studies, Accra, UPSA. A very good morning to you and happy birthday to you, my brother. Keep doing the good work you do always. Do you have any birthday message?
No more birthday messages.
Then, we are going to sign out.
Yeah, so a very big thank you to each and every one of you that tuned in. Remember, the show started with Nanatu for Boateng. So, yeah, my name is Chris Carter.
And my name is Philip Nihlate. Many thanks for your time and keep watching Channel One TV. But we have something interesting coming on Channel One TV in the next few minutes. Stay with us here. We'll tell you about it.